it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Better nice, I'm looking at the camera. Better nice, good, good, good. Preloaders, V.I.Preloaders, welcome back to the channel, guys. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me, and you know this by now, or at least you should. For those of you that have never been to this channel before, welcome to you as well. My name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Lieutenant, and the name of this wonderful channel is Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle. Today I'm out here in Arizona. Specifically, I'm at Team Arizona. It's a motorcycle range where they do lessons, and let me tell you something, guys. It's huge. I mean, it's huge. They can run 3 classes here at a time, maybe 4. Yeah, there's no way they can only run 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's something going on in the front, maybe 5. So anyway, they got tires going all around for people to run into it. I'm here for a private lesson with Lord Tigers. So I'm here with the CEO of Lord Tigers, that's Ari, and second in command, that's Lionel. We're gonna talk to them, you're gonna meet them as well. And some other people that work at Lord Tigers, we're gonna meet them all. We're gonna talk to them about their motorcycle riding experience. And we're gonna have a good time. So this is a private lesson. So private lessons are usually private, but what I'm loving about this, and I told Ari about this, is to be the president of an organization that clearly revolves around motorcycles. I think it's important to also know how to ride a motorcycle properly and care about knowing what you're doing, because that's what we do here in Preloader Nation. So they want it shared, so I'm gonna record it, they're gonna record it, and I'm looking forward to it. So because it's a private lesson, I don't need to have 9 exercises set up out here. I have what I normally have set up for a private lesson, and that's what we're gonna do. All right, guys? All right, let's do it. What's your name?
I'm Lionel Gammon.
Where you from, Lionel?
I'm actually from northern Utah.
Okay. How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
I bought my first bike when I was 17 off of what I call blood money.
Okay. What are you riding today? I know it's not yours.
Today I'm on somebody else's Pan America. I think it's a 2020 Pan America.
Okay, okay. How long have you been practicing slow speed riding in cones?
When I took my first course, practiced it then.
Yeah.
So let's say I was 18 years old at that time. 10 years ago, I took my brother through the course, 10 years ago. And that was probably the last time I've been through a cone pattern.
Okay, okay.
And I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, that's what I want.
And I'm making up dates here. That might be
I always want honesty. So now, what's your affiliation with Lord Tigers?
So I'm the Vice President of Marketing for Law Tigers.
Okay.
Been with the company now for 15 years.
Okay, good, good, perfect. If you had to give yourself a rating, 1 to 10, 10 being the best slow speed, what would you give yourself?
So my score would be, we talked earlier about this because you prepped me, so I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to put myself at a 4.
A 4, okay.
And you think I'm sandbagging, and that's fine.
I think you are.
But I just don't know if I actually have it.
Okay.
And I'm nervous on a bike that I'm brand new riding today.
Exactly.
So that's why I think I'm probably at a 4 just because I don't know where I'm at, what I'm really going to do with it.
Perfectly fair. Pleasure to meet you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
All right. What's your name?
My name is Brendan Graff.
Where you from, Brendan?
I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
What is your affiliation with Lord Tigers?
I am the East Valley down to Tucson marketing manager for Arizona. So there's 2 of us in Arizona, and I represent the east side.
Awesome. How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
Since 2015.
What are you riding today?
Today I'm going to be riding a 2016 Lowrider S.
Nice. How long have you been practicing slow speed riding in cones?
I have not.
Okay, good. If you had to give yourself a rating, 1 to 10, 10 being the best slow speed, what would you give yourself?
I'm going to ambitiously say a 5.
Okay, okay. Pleasure, brother.
Thank you.
All right. What's your name?
My name is Jay Connor.
What's your affiliation with Lord Tigers?
I am the West Valley down to Yuma, the Flagstaff marketing rep for Law Tigers in Arizona.
Okay, awesome. How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
I've been riding a motorcycle for 48 years.
Okay, what are you riding today?
Today is my FTR 1200 Carbon Indian.
Okay. How long have you been practicing slow speed riding in cones?
You know, this will probably be the 3rd time in my career that I've done a small individual course where we have cones.
Okay, good. If you had to give yourself a rating, 1 to 10, 10 being the best slow speed, what would you give yourself?
Probably a 4.
4. Pleasure to meet you, brother. All right.
sir.
All right, what's your name?
Ari Levenbaum.
What's your association with Law Tigers?
So I am the CEO and co-owner of Law Tigers, America's Motorcycle Lawyers.
Yes. All right. So this is the man, guys. This is what I was talking about. How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
Since I've been riding motorcycles since I was 8 years old. I had a little three-wheeler Honda 70 ATC.
And what are you now, 30?
Fuck, I wish. 53.
Okay.
Going on 8.
We're the same age. When will you be 54?
August 20th.
February 7th. I'm
Nice.
older than you. Okay.
But better looking.
That's subjective. What are you riding today?
So I am on a brand new 2025 BMW XM XR. I'm sorry. Let me start again.
That's
I'm
what
on
y'all get for these long ass.
I know, too many words. So I'm on a BMW M1000 XR.
Gotcha. You guys a goddamn
2025.
tongue twister.
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been practicing slow speed riding in cones?
I have never done slow speed riding in cones.
Okay, so today's day one. That's good.
Yes.
And you're going to be jumping on different bikes today, right? What's your other bike? It's another BMW.
So I've got a handful of bikes here today, though. I've got the BMW K1600B.
That's what I rode.
And then, which you rode. And then one of my other guys, Graf, one of my Arizona managers, is on 2016 Dyna Lowrider S. It's been customized. And then my colleague Lionel, my VP of Field Ops, is riding my 2021 Pan America. So I've got Harleys too, of course, but I have a bagger, but the battery's dead on that.
It wouldn't
so
start.
yeah.
And that's not a good look. As soon as I say that, I know the comment section is going to go, of course it wouldn't start. It's a Harley. All right, all right.
No, it was nothing to do with the Harley. I love my Harleys. It's just it sat too long on the turbocharger and needs a battery.
Okay. If you had to give yourself a rating, 1 to 10, 10 being the best slow speeds, what would you give yourself?
Well, I don't have any basis, but just to give myself, a little latitude, I'm going to give myself a 7.
Did you say latitude or attitude?
Well, if I give myself latitude, it'd probably be a 4 or 5, but
Okay.
attitude 7. I'd say 6 to 7.
6 to 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Pleasure, brother.
Thanks, man. Looking forward
All
to
right.
today, by the way.
All right. Yeah, me too, man.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna crush everybody today.
See, we're going to talk.
Here we go.
We're going to talk.
There's a shit talker.
All right, guys, listen. This is why I love Preloader Nation, because we got preloaders and V.I.Preloaders everywhere. Now, you heard me talking before about me wanting a touring Harley-Davidson. And then tell me your name.
Merlot.
Merlo, where you from?
From Arizona, Gilbert, Arizona.
All right. How long have you been riding the motorcycle?
Oh, since 2007.
And this is your bike, right? What is
This
this?
my bike. This is a 2015 Police Road King.
Now, Merlo said, hey, I know you. And he offered to let me use this bike today. That's just outstanding. So I so appreciate that. My hips appreciate it even more.
You're welcome.
How long have you been?
Doing cone riding?
Yes.
Oh, I've been doing cone riding for about 6 years now.
Awesome.
I love it.
If you had to give yourself a rating, 1 to 10, 10 being the best slow speed, what would you give yourself?
I don't know. Maybe
Don't sandbag.
maybe 7.
Okay,
8,
okay,
maybe.
okay. Listen, again, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And like I said, I got something to give you. Pleasure to meet you,
All
brother.
right, thank you, sir.
And hold on, what do you do here?
What do I do here?
Where are we, by the way?
We are in Gilbert, Arizona. We're at the Team Arizona training facility, motorcycletraining.com. And what we do here is provide MSF curriculum in learning how to be a safe rider and earn your Arizona endorsement.
Awesome.
We
You're a
also
coach?
I am a rider coach here.
Okay,
we also
good.
provide advanced classes for if you want to up your game or up your skills up here as well. So
Yeah, so, I mean, huge shout out to this facility as well. I know I already hooked this up with Lord Tigers, but I'm honored to be here and work. I mean, guys, this is just a playground. It's huge.
it's 5 acres.
Yeah, and what I'm looking at, you can run 4 MSF classes at the same time. You really could. I don't know about the safety of that, but anyway. All right, man.
All right,
Pleasure, brother.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Hi, good morning. Morning. Does anybody have an issue being on YouTube? No? Excellent. Anybody nervous? Who's not nervous? Okay. I always ask that question because when I say we, Preloader Nation, we don't do the ego thing, right? Being nervous doing something you've never done is totally normal. So it's funny, I never get the female saying, I'm not nervous, but it's always some dude. I'm good, right? And you may not be. You might be they got the tints coming out too. All right. So listen, I want you guys to know that this is not a competition. Now, I know I can say that until I'm blue in the face. This is not a competition, right? The goals out here today are simple. To raise your confidence level, right, at slow speeds, because anybody can ride a motorcycle at speeds. We all understand that, right? So that's one of the goals. Raise your confidence That's going to happen. It's guaranteed. I always guarantee that. How much is going to go up, it all depends on you. Not your effort, but just the fact that we're all different, okay? The other goal is for you to leave here with a better understanding of what you need to work on. And it's that simple. So when I ask you to rate yourself, most people have never done that, so they don't know what to rate themselves. When we leave here, I'm going to ask you again. It's not to pat myself on the back. It's to see if it's up, down. Sometimes it's very humbling out here. Very humbling. That's why I ask all of you, how long have you been riding and how long have you been practicing in cones? I can give a shit about the first question because people have been riding for decades. They don't know what they're doing, right? And we talked about that. So some of the questions I'm going to ask them first. And if they don't answer it, then I'll come to you. First of all, who here is unfamiliar with my channel? Okay, good. So I got to give you guys, I'm going to go through all of it anyway, because it's important that we have this conversation before we just jump on the bikes. Let's start here. What's the biggest obstacle that we're all facing on these motorcycles? Or obstacles?
Getting smacked by somebody.
At slow speeds?
Slow speeds, falling over.
Yes.
Turning.
Falling. Now, if you say turning, it still is the same thing. You're not worried about turning. You're worried about falling as a result of the turn, right? Okay. So no matter where I go, when I did this in South America, same answer, different language, right? Falling is what everybody's worried about. Are we all familiar with the push-up penalties? I know you are. Okay. We're not duck walking the bikes today. 1 foot or two. If that bike's moving, your feet are on the boards or the pegs. We're clear. Every time your foot touches the ground while that bike's moving, it's 10 push-ups. So I see a lot of people do this when they go to move the bike. That's 10, right? Because that's your brain telling your body, I feel falling. And your instinct is to put your foot down. We're not doing that today, okay? Keep in mind, this is voluntary. Right? This is not the military, but I want you guys to be accountable for what we're trying to do out here. I need you all to step outside of your comfort zones, right? Try to step outside your comfort zone. So I'm gonna be there to help you out with that, right? I'm gonna hold you accountable. So if you hear me saying that's 10, it's because you put a foot down. Front brake grabs, 10 miles per hour or less, no front brake, all rear brake. You squeeze that front brake, it's 10 push-ups. So I like the combinations, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? Wrong hand, 50. Happens all of the time, happens all of the time.
Can I ask you a question? So
Sure.
you're doing a slow turn and you have it, you feel like you're getting a little too tight. Put your foot down.
What does that mean, too tight?
Well, like you feel like you don't have enough momentum to stay up. You put your foot down, is that 10 push-ups too?
Did your foot hit the ground while the bike was moving?
Absolutely.
Asked and answered. Okay.
Quick caveat.
Go ahead.
You're in that same position, but you throttle out above 10 miles an hour. Is that 10?
If your foot doesn't go down, it's not 10. So you're good. But we're going to talk about that. Who's heard the term when in doubt, throttle out? Yeah. Motorcycle riders love making shit rhyme. It doesn't matter if it makes sense or not, because that sounds good, and in theory it is good, but it's not always good, right? And that's what we're going to be working on here today. We're going to be working on slow dancing with our bikes and being in control all of the time. Now, what you think is control is probably going to be different than what actually being in control is. Anytime you have your feet on the ground, I want you to pay attention to this. I hope this sinks in. If you're still duck walking your bike, I've asked all of you how long you've been riding, right? See these people? Now they're on three-wheelers, but this is where people come to learn how to ride. And they authorize them to duck walk the bike. And it makes sense here. If you've been riding decades and you're still doing that, you haven't evolved at all as a motorcycle rider. All you know how to do is get on it and go fast. All right, so just keep that in mind. I need that to sink in. There is stuff to learn, but we talked about this yesterday. What's the percentage of motorcycle riders that really don't know how to operate a motorcycle properly, if you had to guess?
65?
98%, right? Only 2% of motorcycle riders know how to operate a motorcycle properly. And how do we define that? The speed is between 1 and 10 miles per hour. That's what determines if you actually know how to operate a motorcycle properly. Now, in other countries, they look at us and they laugh. And the first thing they say is, it's because we're riding these big, heavy bikes. It's got nothing to do with that. It's because you don't know what you're doing, period. And so that's what we're going to be going over today. Now, keep in mind, there's no egos here. I already talked about that. There's no arrogance. There's no judgment. I don't want you guys to be embarrassed if you can't do something. I don't give a shit if the guy next to you is doing it. We all learn differently. Don't worry about that, right? Like this young lady right here, this guy was, both of the instructors was like, oh yeah, I know you, I follow your channel. And so the lady said, well, what's his name? Gave her the name, and she said, I'm gonna look up the channel, and I warned her, unless you wanna buy a bike, don't watch my channel, because that's what's gonna happen. It happens all the time. People that are considering going to 3 wheels, even much older people. All of our remember, you fear what you don't know and what you don't understand. So all of our concerns are based on ignorance. Okay? Ignorance is not a bad word. We're all ignorant because ignorance just means not to know. Okay? All right. So speaking of not to know, let's go over some common, well, I like to call it common knowledge, but it really isn't. What keeps the motorcycle up at slow speeds?
Momentum.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to hear everybody's answer.
Posture.
Posture? What the fuck? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No ego, though.
Yeah,
Here we
exactly.
Engine and throttle.
Yeah, I would say momentum to the ground.
Okay. Sufficient power to the rear wheel. That's what keeps the bike up at slow speeds. Are we clear on that? And I notice I use the word sufficient. It's super important. And we're going to talk about why that's, we'll talk about it right now. Why is sufficient power important? What reigns supreme as it regards to power to the rear wheel? Throttle or clutch?
Throttle.
Clutch.
Throttle.
I'm gonna say clutch.
Clutch reigns supreme. Throttle is just going to pertain to the RPMs. I don't give a shit if I'm at 8,000 RPMs. If my clutch is in, I'm not going anywhere, right? So now that we know it's clutch, if I feel my bike falling, right, and this is going to be very relevant today because I want you guys to address something as far as falling as soon as you feel it. So if my bike is starting to fall and I catch it right there, that's all I needed. That was sufficient power. If I wait till the bike is this far over and open the clutch the same amount, it's not sufficient. It's going to keep falling, okay? So sufficient power is important. With that power, what does it want to do?
Fall.
With power, what does it want to do?
Level out.
Level out. Stand straight.
Stand up and go straight. Same thing, it's synonymous. But I want these words to stick with you. Stand up and go straight. It always wants to do that. With insufficient power, what does it want to do? See how easy this is? Yes. Have a good day. That's it. And so that's why, that's the only thing that's frustrating about this to people. Because it's not rocket science. We know what to do. Let's think about it this way. A combustion engine on a car has like 250 parts, moving parts, whatever it is, right? An electric engine has 7. Which one's more complex? No, the combustion. 250 moving parts versus 7. What are we dealing with? 3 things: throttle, clutch, rear brake. And really sometimes 2 things, just throttle and clutch, all right? Just to dumb it down a little bit, right? Because we overthink this, but that's what we need to do. We just need to take a couple of things and put them all together and use them appropriately. Now, sometimes people say, well, Robert, what if this happens? What do I do? This is always tough for me because the answers are usually, it depends. It always depends on this, or that, okay? So we know what keeps the bike up. We know what happens with power. We know what happens with not enough power. How relevant is your balance to keep the bike up at slow speeds? 100's a lot, 50's in the middle, 0's none. 50. 75. 0. 20. 0. 0% relevant. So Lionel wasn't paying attention yesterday because we went over this. What keeps the bike up at slow speeds?
Sufficient power to the rear wheel.
Sufficient power to the rear wheel. So what does your balance have to do with anything? How many times have you seen somebody fall off of a bike? And even if the bike's laying down, if there's power on that rear wheel and it touches the ground, the bike will pick right back up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put a B-roll on this video where this guy's on the bike. The bike is a sport bike, and it falls, and he's going around, and then that back tire touches the ground. It picks up like this, and then the longer it goes, it just straightens out, and he's chasing the bike. Right? It doesn't need us. So your balance is irrelevant. We clear? So when you use words like what keeps the bike up, momentum, no. Momentum is relevant at higher speeds. We're going to be going slow today. Now, I know there's going to be times out here you're going to really think you're going slow, and I'm going to tell you you're going too fast, and you're going to be like, what the f? Yes, you're going too fast. Because make no mistake about it out here. Today, I need you to feel discomfort. And I need you to work through that discomfort until you're comfortable being uncomfortable, right? Until you're not uncomfortable at all. Now, that's probably not going to happen. There's always a level of discomfort. We're on 2 wheels, right? And at 2 wheels, it always wants to fall. That's why this is where our skill comes in. Any of us could sit in a pilot seat on autopilot at 30,000 feet. Any of us. When it's time to land that plane, though, it's on that pilot. You ever see that thing like this? And they got one hand here? Nah, I think I'll sit in the back. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, right? But that's the same, that analogy is perfect on a motorcycle because that's why my channel is called To Be the Boss of the Motorcycle. Ari, are you a boss?
Yes.
Not of the bike, of your business.
Yes.
Do you have a high level of responsibility?
Yes.
Same thing on your bike. And even more of a higher responsibility if you put somebody on the back of it. We good? Okay. So the first thing I'm going to go over with you guys, we talked about what keeps it up. We talked about you being comfortable, being uncomfortable, and that's what we're going to be doing. I need you, who doesn't know what preload and keep it loaded means? Okay.
Suspension, I'm assuming, but to preload the suspension to me.
No, nothing to do with the suspension. All right, I copyrighted this, so this is mine. All right. Preload is referring to your throttle. What's going to happen if you open up your clutch from a standstill with no throttle? That's right, the bike will stall. So why do we have to raise the RPMs? We have to raise the RPMs. Preloading is raising the RPMs above idle, right? Now I'm used to dealing with Harleys, and here's why I like touring Harley motorcycles. Because at least that bike will warn you when it's about to stall. It'll start shaking, and then it'll stall. Sometimes sport bikes, the BMW K1600, it's like there's no warning. Everything will sound fine, and then. So preloading is raising those RPMs, and keeping it loaded means keeping them elevated. Not high, elevated. But I'd rather you be high than low. Because keep this in mind, I want you to raise the RPMs if you're on a Harley, which is only going to be me. I like it about 2,000 RPMs. Because as soon as you open your clutch, it's going to go down anyway. That's why it stalls with no preload. So raise it up to 2,000, you open up that clutch, it drops a little bit below, you're good. Because what I'm always doing is listening to those RPMs. That's my lifeline at low speeds. If it's too low, the bike's only going to fall for two reasons out here today, guys. One, which is the one that happens the most, you pull a clutch all the way in, because that's the only thing keeping the bike up. Or two, it stalls. Okay, and the only way it's going to stall is if your preload's too low. So if you hear me going, preload, preload, I'm telling you to raise your RPMs. Good? All right. You guys have any questions, ask them. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Who doesn't know what the 5 stages of the friction zone are?
Don't know.
Okay, good. I don't expect you to know. I made this shit up. So,
There's 5.
so I made this up just because it helps people understand this more. What I want you guys to do is when you go to move your motorcycles today, I don't want you to start with the clutch from the grip. I want you to find out where stage 1 is. Stage 1 is as soon as your bike starts to move. As soon as it starts to move. Speaking of that, what's the friction zone?
When your clutch moves your chain and you're retired.
That's a sport bike rider, when your clutch moves your chain.
It's where the clutch flexes and it starts to engage the primary drive.
Okay.
Yeah, it's where your RPMs are meeting to actually put power back because the clutch is holding it all back in the motor, not the rear wheel.
Okay. So simply put, none of your answers are wrong. But if I didn't know what the hell a friction zone was, I wouldn't know what, especially you, I don't know what you're talking about. It's too technical. It's simply the space between 0 power and full power. Right in the middle is the friction zone. That's the gray area. So if we're talking about the 5 stages of the friction zone, 0 is no power. After 5 is full power. So 1 through 5 is the friction zone. We good? So it's only going to be determined by how much you open your hand. That's going to determine the stages. So as soon as that bike starts to move, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, full power. We're good? Now, everything that we're doing now, we're going to be, I asked you guys yesterday, and based on your answers, the answers are the same. None of you really dated your bikes. You just got married to it. And so you don't really know everything about it and what it's capable of and blah, blah, blah. So that's what we're going to be doing out here today. And we're going to be slow dancing with the bike today. And so when you slow dance, you want to be smooth and you want to be intimate. But if this is the first time you're doing this, just like the first time you slow dance, I expect you to have 2 left feet. Don't worry about that. The goal is for you to be smooth and graceful and fluid. How do we do that? All of our inputs into the bike should be small. This is true fast or slow. If you're making big movements, it's because something's bothering you, something scared you, or you waited too late to do something, right? So, talking about the throttle, the clutch, and that rear brake. By the way, if you're abusing your rear brake today, I'm just gonna take it away from you and just have you use the clutch. It's not punitive, it's to get you to rely more on your clutch control, okay? All right, so stage 1, I told you I want you to open the clutch up to stage 1. And then I want you to pull it right before that. That's how I want you to start everything you're doing today. And the reason I want you to do that is because the thing that you're worried about the most, we all talked about it, falling. That's the thing you're worried about the most. It's quickly solved if you just have to do this. But if you're at the grip, it takes you longer to get to it. And while you're trying to get to one, the bike is still falling. Okay? You guys follow? So, now I said 5 stages of the friction zone, but we're only going to be living in 2 of them. Stage 1 and stage 2. If you go to 3, it's not a big deal. And I say that because we're going to be using the rear brake while we're in the friction zone. Okay? Well, I'm going to assume none of you know what friction brake is. Friction, pretty much, yeah. But it's at slower speeds, that's all. We're going to be in the friction zone while we're braking, right? That's going to be significant when we stop the bike. And I'm going to talk to you guys about, I'm going to talk to you about it right now. Now, I watched, who was on the Indian? Was it the Indian? No, it was you, because you were in front of me. Every single time we stopped that bike, you stopped 2 feet down, and the bike was always falling to the left. Why is that happening? First of all, is that control? It's not full control. I already told you, anytime 2 of your feet are coming out, you're not in full control. And if your foot's coming down abruptly, it means the bike's falling and you're catching it with your feet. So if there's just a little bit of gravel, that's another way we get hurt, especially when the bike's heavy. So I understand what's going on here because this is what most people do. Ari, when's the bike going to fall the most? Talking about slow speeds. When is it going to fall the most? All right, let me rephrase the question. When is the bike going its slowest?
When you're slowing down, maybe?
I'll make it very easy. The very beginning of a start, the very beginning, and the very end of that stop. That's why you see people's feet out, not right at the start, but even a little bit after it, until they feel comfortable. Then the landing gear comes up. And then at the very end, the feet come down. Why? Because at 10 miles per hour, with the clutch all the way in, because it's no problem to do that, that's when I have momentum. 10 miles per hour, I'm fine. 9, I'm fine. 8, I'm fine. 7, I'm fine. 6, I'm fine. 5, I'm fine. 4, I start feeling this, and my brain equals, oh shit, falling equals time to stop. 2 feet out, front brake. No, we're not doing that today. So how do we solve that? What keeps the bike up at slow speeds? So I'm going to tell you right now, guys, this is extremely counterintuitive, but this is not my opinion. It's the only way. Nobody else is telling you to do this, but it's the only thing that makes sense. You need to provide power to the rear wheel in order to keep the bike up because it wants to fall the most at the very end of that stop. So when I'm coming to the end of that stop, again, everything we do on these motorcycles are always going to be based on what we feel, what we see, what we hear, but what we feel primarily. What's going to change today is your options about what you do based on what you feel. And in the past, every time you felt something, feet out, that's your answer. Negative. I know power is what keeps the bike up, so I need to provide power, but I'm also going to be braking. That's where the friction brake comes in because my goal is to stop, but I want to stop smoothly. So what I'm going to do is if I have the clutch all the way in and everything's fine, as soon as I feel anything like this, I'm going to preload the throttle and then I'm going to go to stage 1. If stage 1 fixes that, I'm going to keep braking, rear brake, keep the clutch where it is, brake, 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 brake. And when my foot touches the ground, and by the way, it should touch the ground like this, ping, or heel toe. If it's anything other than that, unacceptable. That's how I want you to feel. Because I say this all the time. You've been riding a motorcycle forever. That means you've stopped it a dozen times. Shouldn't you be really good at something you have to do? Well, now you will be because you're going to hold yourself to a higher standard. And what's going to happen today, guys, I'm telling you now. After today, your lens is going to change about how you see other people ride. And when I tell you 98%, you're going to go, God damn, he wasn't lying. They're all around you. You're going to feel compelled to help people, which is good. That's the goal. But watch how you help people. Watch how you say it because people get defensive, you know. And you see somebody stopping a certain way and people are going to tell you, hey, what's the big deal? Nothing's a big deal until it is, okay? It's that simple, right? Your options are going to be way more than somebody else's. Oh, but it doesn't stop here because, again, this is not autopilot. If I go to stage 1 and I don't feel this anymore, I'm going to stay at stage 1 and keep braking. But we talked about it. The slower the bike goes, the more it wants to fall. So as I go slower, stage 1 might stop being sufficient. As soon as I feel that, 1.5, keep braking. 2, keep braking. whatever I have to do to make this bike stay steady. My clutch stays open until my foot is on the ground. Then I pull it in. If you pull it in even a half a second early, you're gonna get that because it's the only thing keeping it up. We good? All right. Now there's 5 steps I want you guys to follow before you move your bike. Good luck, Rob. Step 1, and always step number 1, make sure the bike's in first gear. Boop, this is a square, in case you can't remember it. Make sure it's in first gear, then you come across here. Cover the rear brake. Who doesn't know what covering the rear brake means? Yes, covering the rear brake means I want you to rest your foot on it. Resting your foot on it is not going to apply it, so don't worry about that. But we cover it so that when we need it, we're right there. Again, we want to keep our movements small. If your foot's off of it and you go to it, you're going to smash at it. And when you're going slow, everything you do on that bike is exaggerated. Motorcycle riders, for the most part, want to ride straight and make slight turns. They want everything smooth, dry, flat. But you're going to feel some things, and I want you guys to understand it doesn't matter what you feel. Whenever you feel like the bike's going to fall, you need to provide power. But not just power. Power, rear brake. What does the rear brake give us? Correction and control. Correction and control. The correction is, well, sometimes I'm not a robot, so sometimes I might open up this clutch a little bit faster than I intended to. I wanted to go to 1, I went to 3, so my bike went like this. Now, when people are riding slowly, these kind of movements scare the crap out of them. But keep this in mind. This type of movement will never bother me because this type of movement means the bike's standing up. This type of movement means I'm falling. So if I say to you, give me a 2 to 1, I'm talking about the stages of the friction zone. If I say give me, I'm going back. If I say give me a 2 to 1, Ari, what am I telling you to do?
2 on the clutch and 1 on the throttle, or opposite?
No. So remember, preloading, we're going to talk about that, the 5 steps, because I was going to get to that. Preloading and keeping it loaded is step number 3. The reason we do that is once I do that, I don't have to worry about it anymore. If I preload the throttle and I keep it loaded, I don't have to worry about it. Now all I got to do with is the clutch and the rear brake. So if I say give me a 2 to 1, I'm telling you to open your clutch up to 2, bring it back to 1.
Okay.
2 to 1. So I should literally see your bike go like this. Nothing crazy, just like this. 2, if you want to know the distinction, 2 will always stand up. And so this happens all the time. You're at a light, or you're at one of these exercises, and you're not going to start going fast. You're going to start going slow. If you open up your clutch, and your intention is to go straight, and your handlebars are starting to turn one way or the other, what's happening to the bike?
Not enough sufficient power to the rear wheel.
That's right. That's the start of a fall. I want you all to recognize that. If you open up your clutch and the bike is turning, it's falling. And so if I tell you to give me a 2 to 1 and your bike's falling, you're giving me a 0.75. Okay? That's your indication that you're not at a 2 because you don't feel the bike standing up. Okay? That's a 2. Let me finish going over these steps, and then I'm going to show you guys something. So step number 1, make sure it's in first gear. Step number 2, cover that rear brake. Step number 3, preload the throttle and keep it loaded. I want you to hear it because that's your lifeline. Step number 4, clutch. We talked about it. I want you to be right before 1. So open the clutch up, and I need you guys to get this into your muscle memory. Open up your clutch, you feel the bike start to move, pull it right before it, not in it, right before it. And then open the clutch up to stage 1 or stage 2, whatever we're doing. And then step number 5, guys, as soon as your bike starts moving today, pick this foot up. I don't want to see this shit, right? I don't ever want to see your foot behind you on the ground because when you're doing that, you're showing me I still don't trust that everything's going to be okay. And that's fine because that's going to come with time. That's what exercise number 3 is, trust and believe. Do I have that shirt on today? I sure do. Trust and believe, okay? If you truly trust and believe that sufficient power to the rear wheel will keep the bike up, all of this becomes so much easier because again, what's holding us back? Fear, period, right? Bad habits, instincts, fear, in that order. Fear is the last one because it's the one that's holding us back the most, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna get on this Road King. I'll do it over here, so you guys are gonna have to come over here. I'm gonna do a stage 2 demo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on that bike and follow the first 5 steps, make sure it's in first gear, cover the rear brake. Now, I've never been on his bike before, just like I've never been on Ari's bike before. What's the first thing I wanna determine when I get on somebody's bike? Stages of the friction zone. Because I know I don't wanna drop this bike. So if I'm right before power, and I know power is gonna make sure the bike doesn't fall, I wanna know where the hell that is. Some people's clutches are way out. Ari's, that clutch is nice and it's hydraulic. butter smooth. This guy's Harley is like as soon as you open your hand, it's right there. I don't particularly prefer that, but it's okay. Okay? So if I want to make a turn, straight up, no leaning, with the bars locked, what's the fastest I can go without those bars straightening out?
10 miles.
10?
10.
10?
5.
5?
5.
3 miles per hour. Remember, I'm straight up, I'm not leaning. If I make a turn straight up like this, as soon as I pass 3, it's going to start straightening out. If you're ever riding your bike and you feel like it's fighting you in a turn, what does it always want to do with power?
Straighten out.
It's trying to go straight and you're fighting it. That's why that's happening. So anytime you feel that, you need to cut some power, either a little bit of rear brake or pull a clutch in a little bit. Problem is, motorcycle riders don't feel comfortable riding slow, so that's never the answer. Just put feet down. Open. That's why I'll see somebody going wide and they just keep running wide. Nothing says to me, or nothing says to them, brake a little bit, pull a clutch in a little bit, right? They freeze up, okay? All right, so 3 miles per hour is the fastest I can go to keep this bike with the handlebars locked. And I'm gonna make that turn. I'm gonna be in stage 2 of the friction zone the whole time I'm doing this. Now, if I wanna go into a lean, what do I need to introduce? Speed. I need speed. I don't need to introduce throttle because I'm keeping that loaded, that's locked, right? What's determining my speed? Okay, so now that I need to lean, I need more speed, a little bit more. So how am I gonna get that speed?
Let go of throttle. Let go of the clutch more.
No, yeah, he said go to another stage. No, I'm gonna stay at stage 2. I'm just gonna apply a little bit more rear brake. Right? I'm gonna keep the clutch at stage 2 the whole time I'm doing that. I'm even gonna try to bring the bike to a complete stop because I asked you guys this question before. When I'm making that turn straight up, and I asked you, can I ever be going too fast? The answer was yes, right? Can I ever be going too slow?
Yes.
Yes. No.
No.
No. With the bike straight up, you can never be going too slow, right? Because I mean, I'm gonna show you that too. I'm gonna bring the bike to a complete stop. And if I'm at 0 miles per hour, can't go slower than that. And when I'm at 0 miles per hour, all I'm doing is waiting to feel falling. And as soon as I feel it, off the brake, on the brake, off the brake, on the brake. You ever see somebody doing a slow ride and it's not, that's all they're doing. Keep the clutch right where it is, keep the throttle right where it is. What I'm trying to show you is you don't need to be doing a lot of this, and I should never see this anyway. Because if you're doing this, your bike's all over the place. All of our movements are small, okay? Then I'm gonna come to a smooth stop. Well, I'll do the stop later, but we clear what we're doing? Yeah. All right, make sure I'm in first gear. I'm gonna cover that rear brake. There's my preload, it's like 2,000, that sounds good. My clutch is right before 1. So when I'm ready to go, just gotta open the clutch, foot up. All right, stage 2 of the friction zone. I'm just controlling my speed with the brake. Throttle's loaded, clutch is in one spot. All right, so now if I want to lean, take my foot off the brake a little bit. Clutch is still in the same spot. If I take my foot off of the brake, now I got to manipulate the clutch. 2, 1. Right now I'm at 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Pressure on the brake, slow me down. So when I use no brake and I go 2, 1, 2, 1, why do I have to keep going 2, 1, 2, 1?
Friction braking.
No brake.
No, because you need the momentum going to the rear tire.
There's no momentum going to the rear tire.
Is it speed control? Is that what it is?
It's speed control. If I just stay at 2, my turn's gonna get wide.
Right.
If I want to keep that turn tight, I'm giving and taking. We're always giving and taking, giving and taking.
No braking
right?
at that point in time.
Yeah, when I took my foot off the brake, no braking.
So does the braking allow you to slow down even more and go tighter? Is that the whole
Yeah,
point
so
of
what the braking does is, remember I told you the rear brake gives us correction and control?
Yes.
So that's the control it's giving us. So if it's much easier for me to be able to make this bike go nice and slow and smooth if I just drag the rear brake. Like you said, trail braking, if I just drag it. Again, we're not dabbing at it or anything like that. That has its place, but even then, we'll talk about that. But all I'm doing is applying light, gentle pressure so that I can control my speed better. That's all that is, okay? All right, any questions about anything I said? I want you to remember that what you saw me doing the whole time I did it, my clutch stayed in one spot. I'm just using my brake to control my speed, okay? All right, now I'm gonna ride the motorcycle toward you guys, and I want you guys to judge my stop. Is it smooth or is not? And what am I basing that on? Again, my foot should come down nice and easy. There should be almost no compression in that front suspension. BMW has a softer one, but we'll see. And the bike should be straight up. If it's like this, it was falling, unless you're vertically challenged. Okay? We good?
Yep.
All right, just be honest. First gear, every time. Cover the rear brake, preload, clutch, foot up. How's that?
Butterly smooth.
Butterly smooth?
Yes.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Unacceptable today. Why? Why?
Your bars move?
No, no.
Well, your foot was out for a while, but you didn't touch.
No, no. It's unacceptable because that was a glide stop. And I don't want you guys doing that today. I want you to need the friction zone when you stop today. Need it. Anybody could glide the bike into a smooth stop. Just vary the pressure on the brake. But what I did is I'm coming up a hill. So I made sure I had enough speed so that I can let the bike balance itself into a smooth stop. If I waited any longer, I'm gonna be in the same situation we were talking about earlier, right? So now I'm gonna do that again, and I wanna show you. The reason I'm showing you this is all day today, like the first exercise we're gonna do is gonna be us stopping the bike, starting and stopping. Not a lot of space at all. I don't want you gliding into the stop. I want you going so slow that you need to be involved. You need to do something, and what that something is friction zone, right? But this is friction brake. Now I'm gonna do that again. Now, if you see me rolling up, you're gonna hear, you're not gonna hear anything as far as RPMs because I'm gonna be clutch all the way in at idle. But as soon as I start feeling this, you're gonna hear a preload first. 3 comes before 4. I'm never gonna open the clutch without throttle. You're gonna hear that, and then you're gonna see something. Now I'm gonna tell you something else too. See this? Shit like this affects you at slow speeds. I told you you're gonna feel everything at slow speeds. It could be something as small as this. So when I'm coming to a stop, again, we should always be scanning and anticipating the road. As soon as I see something like that in the road, I'm gonna get out in front of it. I'm already gonna go to stage 1 because I don't wanna give the bike a chance to do this, okay? All right, you know what? No, I'll do this when I come back. Now I'm gonna ride towards you, judge my stop. Well, you don't have to judge this time. I just want you to see the friction zone, friction brake. First gear. Covering the rear brake. Preload. Clutch, foot up. Clutch is in, no power. Clutch, friction brake, clutch, 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 clutch. Now I pull it in. The whole time that bike is stopping, if I'm going that slow with no power, it's gonna fall because I felt it falling, especially going up a hill. So whenever people ask me questions about, well, what if it's a hill? Remember, the less you know, the more you worry. Who cares if it's a hill? The rules don't change. 10-5?
So when you came in, you had the clutch was completely pressed in.
Completely in.
And then your foot was on the brake,
My foot was on the brake, yeah, because I was stopping.
but it didn't matter. The throttle has no bearing because your clutch isn't on the way.
That's right.
But you were still preloaded on your throttle.
Nope.
Okay.
Because I don't need preload unless I'm gonna go into the friction zone. So initially, nothing was going on. Clutch in, no throttle, I'm coasting. And again, if you're coming to a stop, sometimes that's fine. Like sometimes the balance of the bike is gonna work out, but most times it's not, right? If you think about the physics of it, most of the times that's not gonna work, and that's where you come in. Difference is now you have an option. You're not gonna leave it to chance and go, I hope this works out. And if it doesn't, I'll put my feet down. Who here likes riding on gravel? Yeah, most people don't. And the reason why people don't like riding on gravel is because if to you, your feet is always the answer, then of course that's gonna be a problem. But again, the more you learn how to ride these things properly, the things that used to bother you are gonna go away. And some of the things that didn't bother you will now start to bother you. And I'm talking about, simple stuff. Stuff that should be simple. Who here loves making U-turns? Yeah, this is usually the answer I get, right? But we're gonna talk about that when and if we get to it, because I want you guys to know something. This setup that you see here, this is my normal setup for a private lesson. And most of the times, I don't put that up. And sometimes, I don't put that up. It's very common that I don't get past the second exercise. I don't think that's gonna happen today, but I just need you to know that just in case you're struggling, just know that's perfectly normal, okay? All right, now I wanna talk to you guys, any questions about that? Remember that, not just the stopping part, but that stage 2. Now, Ari, if you're on this motorcycle and it's right here and you need to go right there, what are your options? I'm not asking you what options are available to you. What are your options? Are you gonna back the bike up?
No.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to, I'm gonna stand the bike up.
Let me simplify this. Are you gonna turn the handlebars and duck walk this bike, or are you gonna back the bike up to give yourself room and make this turn? One of the two.
Back up the bike.
Okay.
Duck walk.
Duck walking.
Duck walking.
Okay. Now, of course, nobody's gonna do that today because it's gonna cost you push-ups. This is where stage 2 rear brake comes in. Remember, stage 2 is to get the bike to stand up, but the rear brake is to keep me in control. So can I do this brakeless? I could. It would be a 1-0, 1-0, if I want to keep the bike straight up. Or this could be a drop and catch. Who doesn't know what a drop and catch is? Okay, drop and catch and throw and catch. We're gonna talk about that. So this is the kind of stuff that really, if motorcycle riders learn this, it all becomes simple. The problem is most motorcycle riders don't have A, any concept of the friction zone, but B, no concept of the rear brake. So we already talked about that. When I preload this throttle and keep it loaded, I'm keeping it loaded so it's staying there, right? So if I need brake, imagine trying to keep this throttle loaded and trying to manipulate the front brake at the same time. The way the motorcycle is designed, it's showing you that's not the way to do it, aside from the fact that there's too much braking power for slow speeds. So that's why we use that rear brake. That's always gonna give me that control. So even if I open this clutch a little bit too much, I can always correct it with the brake. I don't care what stage of the friction zone you're in, the brake is always gonna win. The problem is when people are too heavy on the rear brake and at too high of a stage of the friction zone, now you're making the bike fight. And that's how people burn out their clutches. Too much clutch and holding it back with the brake. So, but that's why I showed you me doing all of that stuff in the friction zone, dragging the brake, light pressure. Perfectly fine to do that. Because yeah, we're gonna be practicing, but when you're out there riding, whenever you're using the rear brake while in the friction zone, it's seconds at a time. A U-turn takes 2 seconds to do, right? So in this case, I wanna make a right turn. It could be a left turn. All right, I wanna make a left turn. Go towards the cameras. And I don't want the bike to lean. So I'm gonna do 2 rear brake. Again, it could be 1 rear brake, but if I give it 2, I just wanna make sure this bike's gonna stand up. First gear, cover the rear brake, and this is why I like Harleys. Look at that, that's beautiful. Head and eyes, preload. 2, rear brake. And now I'm doing the same thing I was showing you guys. Everything is staying the same, I'm just using the brake to control my speed. Friction brake, clutch, 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 clutch. Right there, while I'm stopping the bike, my hand is slowly opening a little bit more, because I feel that I need it, right? It's always gonna be based on what you feel, but the brake has to win. So no matter what I'm doing with that clutch, brake, 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 brake. Okay, let's talk about a drop and catch. A drop and a catch is simply, if I need, how do I make a turn from a standstill leaning? I have to let the bike drop. That's the only way I'm gonna get a lean. 3 things determine the radius of a turn on the motorcycle. Give me one. Anybody?
Lean angle.
Lean angle. Handlebars. And what's the number 1 contributing factor to wide turns?
Sufficient power.
Speed, right? Speed. So speed is not an issue here because I'm not moving. But if I wanna make this turn and I wanna lean right from the start, a handlebars turn, I have to let the bike drop and then catch it with the clutch. Another reason why we wanna be right before 1. Drop and catch. Now, depending on how much I want the bike to lean, That's going to depend on how much I space out the drop and the catch. So if I just want it to be slight, it's a drop, catch. If I want it to be more, it's drop, catch. Okay? So this is how you start a U-turn anyway, if you don't have a problem doing this. And you don't have a problem dropping the bike if you know it's not going to fall when you catch it. Preload. I'm not going to drop it a lot because there's a camera there. Drop it a little bit. There it is. Smooth stop. That's all it is. If you're making a U-turn, you have to let the bike drop to lean it, right? So this is where trust in the process comes in. I know it's not going to fall because even if I open my hand too much, I have the brake to correct it. That's why I'm always covering it. Okay? All right.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
That's muscle memory for you. That is instinctive in you.
What is?
What you're doing right now.
It's muscle memory. It's not instinctive. What I'm doing is I replace my instincts, but they can still come back. And that's what I mean when I say, I hope you guys after today, you don't take this and go, okay, this was good, and never practice it. It's gone like that. It's so perishable, right? So what we're trying to do is replace, because your instincts on the motorcycle are always wrong, right? So we need to replace it with muscle memory. Right there, it's in my muscle memory two things now. One, if I feel falling, clutch. But rear brake is so important because if you just give clutch, this exercise right here, where it's like a 90-degree turn, that's my highest failure rate out of everything out here. Because in that exercise, that's the gravel road. You're not allowed to lean, and we have to make a turn. And when we do it from a stop, how many riders I see do this? Left turn? Yeah, okay. And they go straight. Why does it go straight?
Their head.
Too much clutch. Yeah, let's talk about the head and eyes. Head and eyes are important, but this ain't a fighter jet. Like, it's not going to turn every way I look, right? So I could be looking this way and still make a turn that way. But I am going to be yelling out head and eyes to you guys because it's super important. Yeah, it helps you turn the bars, but it's more safety-wise important because whatever you guys do in this lot today, you're doing it out there. And that's what we got to take care of the head and eyes. So if somebody goes to make this turn, they want to make the turn, if they just open the clutch, we talked about it, it always wants to go straight if you give too much power. That's why we need the rear brake to correct that, okay? Also, if you feel your bike falling today, if you ever feel it doing something like this, you hit a crack like that, if you don't have a lot of space, that's where 2 rear brake comes from. That's how you could put this bike in check. If you ever feel it falling, but you don't want to fly out. 2. Open, close. 2 to 1. 2 to 1. I want to show you what that looks like because it's not something that's ridiculously, it's not a lot. Okay, if I don't have a lot of space, 2, 1. It's very quick. 2, 1. Friction brake, clutch, 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 clutch. And I'm saying this because what happens is when we get in line and the line advances and you have to move your bike 3 feet, that's when I see people duck walking. And I'm counting 10, 20, and they go, yeah, but Rob, come on, videographer, get from front of my camera. And no, you're good now. And they're like, Rob, I was just moving the bike up in the line. I don't care the distance you have to move the bike today. We're not duck walking the bike. Let the bike do the work. Because as soon as this bike starts to move, sometimes before it starts to move, foot up. I don't need my feet. Friction brake, clutch, 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 clutch. Woo! Oh, it gives me goosebumps. It's so damn smooth. All right. Any questions about any of that?
On the track, okay? No egos on the course. No air.
No, that's not an ego. No, it's not. It's not. By the way, I love tracks too. All right, any questions about any of that? Okay, the first thing we're going to be doing, guys, those triple cones going down, smooth starts, smooth stops. Those cones are 15 feet apart. Oh, there's no road glides out here. No fixed fairings. Well, except for the BMW, the 1600. I don't want your front wheel passing the cone in front of you. This is also about being situationally aware of your motorcycle. You should be able to know where that front wheel is, whether you can see it or not. That's part of the dating process, right? So, as I say this to you guys, here's what I'm gonna get. I'm telling you, I don't want you going fast. Ready, Rob? Happens all of the time because speed makes you feel comfortable. Remember, we're stepping outside of comfort. So what I want you to do, Open the clutch nice and easy if you want to. If you want to start with a 2, that's fine too, but 2 to 1, that's what I want you to do. Because I don't want you going so fast that you're gliding into the stop, okay? So use that brake to slow that bike down. Clutch, 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 clutch. Bing! That's the goal. Everybody clear about what we're doing? All right. Put up, good. Good. Friction brake, clutch, 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 clutch. So right now, this is you with the clutch. Just keep it where it is and brake, brake, brake. If you need more, give it a little more and keep braking. Preload, preload. That's why I like Harley. The whole bike is good. Foot up. Clutch, 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 clutch. Okay, what happened right there?
I was trying to adjust with giving it more power, and I leaned, or I don't think I was right in the rear brake.
No. What happened there? 0.75. Remember, we talked about it. If you start to move and the handlebars are turning, not enough clutch. That's how you know you're not at a 2. Give me a 2. Everything else was fine. It was just that. Good. Good. Brake, brake, brake. Keep the clutch open. See, you're closing the clutch. And see how you can hear it. Your throttle's too low. Keep it loaded. Put up. Good. Clutch, 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 clutch. Okay, so you're still doing this to your clutch, and you're jamming the brake. Your braking process should be progressive. Brake, 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 not this. Okay? All right. Good. 2, 2, 2. Keep it brake, 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 brake. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. All right, now right there, yeah, you pulled the clutch in at the end. That's why it's falling. Keep it open until your foot touches the ground.
I'm going right foot down.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's because you feel it falling to the right. That's why. Clutch. 2, 2. Easy on that brake. Good, head nines up. Brake, brake, brake. Keep the clutch open. Brake, 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 brake. So you're still yanking it in. Keep it open till your foot's on the ground. Yeah. Keep that clutch open till your foot's on the ground. Preload. 2. Put up. 2, 2. Braking, braking. Keep the clutch open. Brake, 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 brake. Yeah. Now what you're doing is, if I get you to do that, you forget about that preload. Make sure, listen to it. Let me hear your preload. Let me hear the preload. That's how you want to hear it, the whole time. Good, braking, braking, braking. Keep it loaded, listen to it. Brake, 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 brake. Smooth stop. Smooth stop. Yep, I knew that was coming. Go around, brother. So listen, I called it. I knew it was going to happen. If I get him to keep that clutch open and not yank it back in, now the preload's down. If I ask you for 3, you're going to give me 2. If I ask you for 2, you're going to give me 1. Good. Clutch, 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 clutch. Yeah, okay, you ready? Good, foot up. Good. Good. Nice speed. Braking, braking. Keep the clutch open. Brake, 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 brake. Foot down. Now right there, it's just a matter of you not putting your foot down in coordination. Because everything looked good. The foot came down late. Try that again. Preload. Good. 2. Rear brake. Braking, braking, braking. Easy on that brake. Clutch, 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 clutch. Keep it loaded. Yeah, so what's happening right there? Not enough clutch. Yeah. Remember, you're going slower. You can't have less clutch. All right?
Can't find the rear brake.
Yeah, it's tough on that. Good. Foot up. Nice and easy. Good. Clutch. Give me some more clutch. More clutch. More clutch. Brake, brake, brake. Clutch, clutch, brake, 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 brake. All right, because I want you to keep this in mind. If we want to stop, we don't want to stop with the handlebars turn.
No.
So if you're going like this, that's okay at the beginning, not at the end. That means you got to introduce a little bit more clutch, straighten out those bars, but keep braking. And your braking is progressive. So you shouldn't be doing that to the brake. Brake, 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 brake. By the time you get to the end, when your foot's coming down, that's when you should be finishing it off with the brake. Bing, same time. Preload. Good, good. Braking, 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 braking. See it happen again.
Yep.
The bike was almost at a standstill. You still have both your feet up. Start bringing that foot down.
Right.
And make sure you keep it loaded. Keep that throttle loaded. Good. Braking, braking, brake, 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 friction, clutch, clutch, clutch. Yeah, just need more clutch, that's all. Good. Keep your clutch open, just brake. Brake, brake, brake. If you need more clutch, give it. Yeah, not enough clutch. All right, go around. Ah, that was beautiful. Do it again. That was beautiful. All right, so remember, we're not doing a slow ride.
Okay.
So you don't have to be going that slow, okay? But give yourself more clutch so you're not falling. Head nice, straight ahead. Give me some clutch and keep it there. See, your clutch is moving in and out. That's why your bike is jumping. You're going like this to your clutch. When you open your clutch stage 2, just keep it there and brake. Good, keep the clutch right there and just brake. Good, 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 good. Brake, 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 brake. You're supposed to be stopping at the cones. All right, back it up, back it up. All right, you're good. All right, stop at those cones. Head nice, straight ahead. Okay, back it up.
You're getting in my head.
No big deal. What happened there?
Pop the clutch.
Is that what happened? It stalled because your preload's too low. Remember, if you pop the clutch, but you have enough power, the bike's just gonna go. So if it's coming this way, it's stalled. All right. And what are you looking at right now? Yeah. Head nice, straight ahead. Good. Foot up. Keep it loaded, brother. Keep it loaded. See what I mean about these sports bikes, guys? No warning, just stall. Good. Keep the clutch open and clutch, 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 clutch. Brake, 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 brake. All right, so we got to mitigate that before we get here because we're past the cones and we don't want to stop at the bar's turn. So if you need to give it a 2 to straighten it out, that's what you do. 2 rear brake though. Head nice up. That's 10. Good. Friction brake. See how the bike's turning? Not enough clutch. I need more clutch. Yeah, I need more clutch. That's why it's turning. It's falling. Good. Friction brake. Give me some more clutch. Just a little bit. Good. Braking, braking, braking. Clutch, clutch. Braking, braking, brake, brake. Finish it off. Finish it off. Yeah, that was the best we got so far. But go around and do it again. Yeah, it's coming together. It's coming together at the end. Right now, everybody's going to be jumpy with the clutch, and I expect that. But that's what we're working on. Smoothing everything out. Foot up. 10, 2. We just got here, man. We just got here. Shut it off. Okay, just so you know, all of you are doing exactly what I expect you to do, right? Right now, you're still babying the clutch when you go to open it. That's why you feel falling. That's why you felt falling. Then the preload. Again, the differences in the bikes. Your bike, I could be on the other side of the parking lot, and I can tell when the throttle's too low because the whole engine is shaking. This bike, it just shuts off, like no warning, right? So again, listen to the throttle, make sure it's high enough, okay? If you hear me saying preload, preload. Also, you guys are doing this to your clutch. That's why the bike is, once you open it, if you open it enough, keep it there and just start braking. If you need more, that's when you start opening it a little bit more, but keep braking. Don't do this, okay? All right, let's do it again. Head nice, straight ahead. Friction brake, see the throttle's too low, the whole engine's shaking. Good, brake, 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 brake. All right, don't give up on it, don't give up on it. Ride that clutch to the end. Reload. Good, foot up, clutch. Braking, 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 braking. Okay, it's getting better, getting better. Good, brake, 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 brake. Yeah, you're yanking the clutch in. Don't pull that clutch in until your foot's down. But I get it. The clutch is getting yanked in because that's when the bike wants to fall the most, and he doesn't like it, so it means time to stop. Better. Yeah. Two. Easy on the brake, easy on the brake. So you're making the bike fight. You're pushing the brake down too much.
Okay.
So don't make it fight. When you first start to move, I don't want you to apply pressure to the brake, because what that does is it gives you a full sense of how much clutch you need.
Okay.
Okay? Start first with no pressure and then correct it. Head and eyes up. Keep it loaded. Throttle's too low. And you're starting looking like this.
Yeah.
Head and eyes up, straight ahead. Good. Brake, 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 brake. Too much speed, too much speed.
Damn.
Preload. Keep it loaded. See how the throttle's going down? Brake, 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 brake. When you first go to move the bike, I don't want you applying brake, because what that's doing is giving you a false sense of how much clutch you need. And that's when you start fighting. I need you to know what it is so that you get into the muscle memory how much to open that clutch. So as soon as it starts to move and you see what it is, then brake. Okay? But don't smash the brake. Let me rephrase that. Even if you smash it, the first time you do that, it's fine. That's getting that bike in check. After that, brake, progressive, brake, 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 brake. Accountability right there. Doing his 90. All right, let's do it. 2-1, baby. Preload. Good. Braking, braking, braking. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Friction brake, friction brake, friction brake. Yeah, don't give up on it. See, it's falling? Yep. More clutch.
No brake.
No brake. Clutch, clutch. Good. Braking, braking, braking. Friction brake. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Brake, 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 brake. That's what I'm talking about. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Good, good, good. See the handlebars? Clutch, 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 brake, brake, foot. Woo! Money, baby. Do it again. Foot up, good. Good, handlebars. Good, braking, 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 clutch, 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 clutch. Nice. Pass the cones a little bit, that's it. But I'll take it. Good, braking, 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 clutch, 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 clutch. Yeah, falling a little bit there, that's okay. Good, clutch, clutch, clutch. Pop it, give it a 2. Yeah, right there, you need a 2. 2, 2. 2, baby, give it a 2. So that's a perfect example. Everything was going fine, and then at the end, he's babying the clutch. As soon as you feel those bars starting to turn, you got to correct that. Hold on. Hey, Ari, that's 60. You just walked the bike over here. 60 push-ups. All right. All right, remember, don't press the brake, head and eyes up, straight ahead. 2, 2. Good. Now, so you're pulling the clutch all the way in. Back it up, back it up. And so it's very common right now, as soon as you feel, oh crap, you're pulling the clutch in. Give me a 2. 2. Good, 1. So that's 0. Don't pull it to 0, you're at 0. Brake, 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 clutch, clutch. Keep the clutch open. Easy on that brake, Ari. Easy on that brake. Good. Easy on that brake. Easy on that clutch too. Keep it open. Okay, see how the bike's all the way over here? Not enough clutch. If it's turning, not enough clutch. Head nice up. Good, keep the clutch there, braking. Nice and easy, brake, give me some more clutch. Clutch. Brake. Ah, see how you're yanking it in? As soon as you feel what you don't like, time to stop. The boss decides when it's time to stop. Let's do it again. Good, okay, open that clutch up, easy on that brake. Right now you're dancing on the brake. All right, again, don't press the brake at first. Give me a 2 to 1. 2 to 1. 1, that's 0. Too much clutch movement. I say give me a 2 to 1, you give me a 2 to 0. 2 to 1. Head nice up. Falling, not enough clutch. Give me a 2, give me a 2. 2, open it. Pull it in a little. Uh-oh, keep it loaded, brother. Good, friction brake, clutch. No. All right. All right, I'm gonna ask him if I could try it on that bike, just to see.
I want to fall over. It's just a totally different way of doing it. So hopefully I'll get.
What do we got going on, Robert?
I just wanna, I know it's not the bike, it's a brand new bike, but sometimes it helps people. By the way, you can get on the high side on any bike if you do it properly. Right hand, right grip, right foot, right peg or footboard, left hand on the grip. Step into the bike. Now your weight's evenly distributed over it. Boom, nice and easy. All right, so my hip doesn't love this kind of bike. And what issue are you having?
I just feel like it's the clutch control.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's the main thing right now is going on is your preload because it keeps stalling.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where his 1 is. So I want to be right before that. Make sure I'm in first gear. I see the number, but I'm always going to check it. I'm going to cover the rear brake, but I'm not going to apply it yet because first I want to see how this 1 feels. See how many fingers I need on the clutch. 3 is fine. Keep that throttle loaded. Friction brake, clutch. Motorcycle's fine, sir.
That's the last thing you wanted to hear.
So here's what I forgot to tell you guys too. When you're coming to the end of that stop, what I like to do sometimes is, right before I'm gonna put my foot down, I'm gonna over-exaggerate this just so you can see it. I do this to my clutch and this to my brake. It's making the bike stand up at the very end of that stop. And the reason why you're saying I don't like the way this feels, the same thing was happening to you is, I told you, we talked about it, when does it want to fall the most? The very end of that stop, you don't like the way that feels. That's when you give up on it. Front brake, feet down. You're letting the bike dictate when it's time to stop. No. If you need clutch, open the clutch. So what I want you guys to do is right from the start, give me an actual 2. Because I don't want you to have to deal with this at all. 2, 1. Right? Don't just give me a 2 though. And when I tell you to do that, you were giving me a 2, 0. No, because now you got to go back and find 1. You don't have a lot of space. So 2, 1, brake. If I need to give more, but keep braking because the brake will always win. Okay? Head nice up. Brake, clutch. See how you're yanking the clutch in? Don't yank the clutch in. That's why you're falling. All right, ready? Go. Put up. Good, keep the clutch where it is. If you need more, give more. Brake. It's okay, you're pulling the clutch in early, that's all. Good, brake. See, you're pulling the clutch in early. Keep that clutch right, so think about it this way. We know the slower it goes, the more it wants to fall, correct? And we know that the end of the stop is when it wants to fall the most. So it never makes sense that the more you progress into the stop to ever pull a clutch in. If anything, you're gonna need to open it more, okay? Yeah, so if you have the clutch open back there, it shouldn't be being closed up here, okay?
More brake.
No, more clutch. And then more brake, yes. You're gonna need more brake if you give more clutch, yes. But not less clutch, no. Head and eyes up. Good. Brake, keep the, see you closing the clutch? Yeah, you keep closing that clutch, I'm watching it. And again, that's his muscle memory. As soon as the discomfort comes in, the clutch goes in. Good. Brake, 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 brake. Okay, at least this time you didn't pull the clutch in. But you needed a little bit more near the end. That's where it wants to fall the most. All right, it's better. It's a glide stop, but it's better. Head and eyes up. Nope, you gave up on it, and the whole time you're looking down here. Look straight ahead. Look at those tires. All right. All right, Lionel, show them how it's done.
Yeah, all right.
No pressure. Good. Friction brake, friction brake. All right, don't give up on it. Good. More clutch, brake, 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 brake. Yeah, see, it's falling. You're not giving enough clutch. Now remember, the 2,000 RPMs is for the preload.
Yes.
You don't have to keep it loaded at 2,000.
That's my problem. I'm pinning it there.
Yeah. But that's not the issue. Good. Good. Keep that clutch open. Brake, 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 brake. Ah, don't give up on it. Right at the end, the hand goes, and the brake goes. So remember.
I'm more concerned about hitting the cone.
Yeah, you're not even close.
I know.
Remember, it's progressive, so when you're braking, you see the cone, you know where you need to stop. So you got to vary your pressure accordingly. Brake, 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 and it should be ending right here. Okay? Good. Brake, 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 clutch, 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 clutch. There we go. That's better. All right, it's falling over at the end.
Oh, I've never killed it yet.
Yeah, keep it loaded, brother. Uh-oh. All right. Good. Friction brake, friction brake. Clutch, 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 brake. Better, much better. Head and eye straight ahead. There we go, that's where I want your head. Clutch. See, you're pulling the clutch in. Keep it open. It's not open enough, that's why it's falling. All right, come on back, come on back. More clutch, more clutch. So, yeah, right from the start, you're not giving me enough clutch. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. 2, 1. Oh yeah, keep it loaded too. See what I mean, guys? Or this bike just shuts off. Good, give me a little bit more clutch, a little bit more. See, I can see it's gonna fall if not enough clutch. Easy on that brake. Remember, I don't want you pressing it. All right, stop, stop, stop. Shut it off. You're getting frustrated. Don't get frustrated, man. We just got here.
All right.
Good. Keep it easy on that brake. You're dabbing at it. Don't dab at it. Brake, brake, brake. It's progressive, Ari. Progressive. Right now, you're still dabbing at the brake.
Yeah.
Give me a 2 and then just start braking like this. Head nice, straight ahead. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Give me some clutch. Give me a little bit. Good. Braking, 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 braking. Oh.
Just a little better. Still not good enough.
Good. Keep the clutch open. Nice and easy on the brake. Braking, braking, brake, 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 brake. See, right there at the end, you gave up on it. All right, go around. All right, I'm gonna give them a little break, and then we're gonna do exercise number 2, a slow ride. We can always come back to this. All right, let's do it. All right, I brought you guys here just to, again, take a break, get some water, get out of the sun, and to give you a pep talk. So earlier I asked you guys how long you've been practicing in cones. Most of you said never. And if you did it when you got your license in 1985, right? So you are where you should be based on the amount of practice you've done. So my point is, try not to get frustrated with yourself. That's why I always say try. I know it's like, come on, what's all you're doing is making it worse by getting frustrated, right? So, okay, next exercise we're gonna do, because we can always come back to that, but we really don't have to. And what I love that I saw Lionel doing is, and I tell people in my practice sessions all the time, use your time here wisely. If you know you're struggling with that, why would you ride back at 30 miles an hour? Keep practicing it. That's what he was doing, both times I saw him, right? Keep practicing it. Because how I want you to stop the bike all day is like that. And when we leave here, is like that. So yes, I'm riding in the back on the way back. No pressure, I'm gonna be watching you. And if you don't, so a lot of you guys were doing this, I can always tell when your discomfort is at its peak, because that's when the clutch comes in. Because that's what you've been doing for years. Oh shit means clutch in, when I'm trying to let you know, oh shit means clutch out, right? Because clutch in, especially if you're on a heavier bike or the ground is slippery, it's just gonna result in the bike falling and you looking, forget about how you look, because so many people don't know how to do this, that nobody's gonna look at you and think, and that's why when people get embarrassed when they drop their bikes in front of other riders, we gotta reevaluate that. I don't give a shit if somebody's never dropped their bike. I don't care. It means they've been duck walking it and not taking any chances, doing everything. That's no way to, you still don't know what you're doing. Not dropping the bike is not a prize. This is where you want to drop the bike, but you want to know why you dropped it. So that's why I'm always going to ask you when the bike, what happened? I said, what happened when, I asked him what happened, and he said he opened up the clutch. He popped the clutch, and that's what happened. And I said, no, that's not what happened. What happened is the bike stalled. Because if I have my throttle loaded and I pop the clutch, what's going to happen? Take off. Yeah, it's not going to go like this. So that's a stall. So we just need to be able to recognize what we're doing or not doing, the result of that, and that's when it starts getting in, okay? This takes time, so again, don't worry about it. All right, next exercise is gonna be a little bit easier. We're gonna do the slow ride. Now, the slow ride is gonna be me. This is the only exercise I'm ever gonna tell you, no rear brake. I don't even want you covering it, because we're not using it. All we're using is the clutch. I'm also gonna tell you, I told you before, I want you to address the falling feeling as soon as you feel it, so it's a small movement. We're gonna delay that here. The purpose of this exercise is I need you to feel, oh shit. And I need you to realize, oh shit is easily solved just by doing that. So when you start this, I'm gonna be walking backwards. Do not pass, oh, let me look at the ground. I gotta make sure you're not going down the hill. Okay, do not pass me. So when you start, I want a 2-0. Now, Ari, you were having an issue with this, and so were you, giving me a 2, because you're still worried about this. Don't worry about it. 2-1, that's all I was asking you to do. Even if you give me a 3-1, it's still coming back to a 1. The point is, I don't want you to feel this right away. But feeling this right away is not a big deal as long as you address it as soon as you feel it. So if you open up to a 0.5, 0.75, as soon as you feel it, you correct it, that's the most you should get. But you guys were going like this, and just not changing anything. If you don't change anything, it's just gonna keep going that way, okay? So in this exercise, 2-0. Now I want you at 0, not at 1. This is not about being sustained in the friction zone. I want you at 0. Everybody here rode a bicycle before, right? Remember how on your bicycle you can kind of barely be moving and just do this to the bars? That's what I want you to do in this exercise. This is what I'm talking about as far as delaying the gratification of power. Because I need you to feel, oh shit. Now this is gonna determine how uncomfortable you are with that. I have people that they do this exercise, 2-0. As soon as their bars do this, clutch, work it out. When you absolutely need it, 1-0, not even a 2, 1-0. I'm trying to get you to see you don't need a lot to get a lot. And that feeling that you're feeling that's up here, oh shit, oh shit, oh. Oh shit, oh shit, oh. That's exactly how it is. It's a quick, and it's slowly gonna start training your brain that what I'm feeling here is not a big deal. Boom. Now again, I don't want you at the grip. I want you right before 1, so that when you need it, boop, it's right there, okay? this is, again, we're refining everything. So right now, everybody, you're like apes. The clutch is doing this. No. Everything nice and easy. Okay? Any questions? All right, let's do it. Good. Clutch. Yeah, see, don't give up on it. You're giving up on it. Yeah, right. As soon as you feel falling, brake. No, ride that clutch all the way until you're, okay? All right, no rear brake. Don't even cover it. You ready? 2 to 0. Good. Clutch. Keep it loaded, brother. All right, I was gonna tell you to stop there anyway. Good. All right, you ready? No rear brake. Don't pass me. 2 to 0. And when you need power, absolutely 1-0. That wasn't a 2-0, but it's okay. You may be giving a little bit too much clutch, because look at the handlebars. Look how fast he's going. So if he's at 0, there's no way he's staying with me this whole time. All right, rear brake, smooth stop. All right.
I'm still dropping.
Yeah. Now, remember, you were supposed to be at 0. You weren't at 0, because there's no way you could have stayed with me that whole time at 0. You're in the friction zone a little bit. Okay. I want you at 0, and when you need it, 1-0.
Oh, so I got feeling the fall and then recovering out of it.
And first, using the bars, and then when that's not working, 1-0. Okay. You do that. I should be waiting for you here. Okay? All right. All right, Ari, remember, no rear brake. Don't pass me. You should be at 0 until you need power, and then 1-0.
So no brake, just clutch and gas. That's it.
That's it. So the throttle stays loaded. You don't have to worry about that. 1-0. You're starting out with 2-0, and then work it out when you need power. 1-0.
So question.
Trying to shut that off.
So 0 is all the way in?
0 is not all the way to the grip. Remember, I want you right before 1. Okay. 0 means no power. That's why I had to tell Lionel the whole time I'm going, he's right next to me. So I know he's not at 0. He's in the friction zone a little bit. I want you at 0.
So 0 is here.
0 is there, but that's not where I want you.
Okay.
Good thing I got on this bike. I know that, watch your hand, 0 is there,
okay, but
0 is also there.
Okay.
Okay?
And so 2,000 RPM, is that what's the rate?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's good.
No brake.
No brake. 2-0, and when you need it, 1-0. Head nine, straight ahead. Good. There we go. Now, if you do that properly, look how far ahead I am of him. And if he keeps doing it properly, I'm not going to change the pace that I'm walking. So the distance is just going to get greater and greater. And so now if he just happened to pop the clutch a little bit too much, he doesn't have a brake to slow him down, he's fine, because he's given himself the buffer by going very slowly, staying in 0. All right, rear brake, smooth stop, friction brake, keep the clutch open. See how you got the clutch closed?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, every time we stop, we're using friction brake. Okay? That was good, though. Okay, we got some more push-ups going on with Lionel. Close grip, diamond push-ups. Don't give up on that. All right, you ready? No brake. Let's do it. Good. Head nice up. Head nice up. Clutch. Keep it loaded, brother. Keep it loaded. right, don't give up on it, man. We got to get your head and eyes up the whole time. You're like that, okay? All right. Good, keep it at 0. There we go. See, now I'm pulling away from him. That's how it's supposed to be. Look at his handlebars. Clutch. That's okay. And he's also now starting at a 2-0. That's fine. I only tell people to start at 2-0 because I want you to feel okay from the start. I don't want you to feel, oh crap, right from the start. But if you're comfortable, you can start at a 1-0. You can start at a 0.75. 0.75. See, now I'm way ahead of him. See the difference, guys? Because now he's not sustained in the friction zone. All right, smooth stop. Clutch, friction brake, clutch, 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 clutch. All right, I'll take it. Good job, man. You can park over here. Cover that brake, cover that brake. Yeah, I see, I just saved you push-ups. All right, 2-0. Good. Good. Excellent. Look at his head and his eyes now. Everything about what I'm seeing right now with Ari looks good. Handlebars are moving nicely. No brake is being used. Head and eyes straight ahead, kind of leaning over those handlebars. And I'm way ahead of him. That's what I'm talking about. You're not going to go much slower than Ari's going right here. Now he's hitting some imperfections in the ground. Yep. Working out those handlebars. All right, smooth stop. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Don't close the clutch. Brake, 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 brake. Don't pull it in. Damn it.
I can't get around that, man.
Good job, man.
So wait, what am I doing wrong on the stop?
You're pulling the clutch in.
Okay, so don't pull the clutch
Until your foot is on the ground.
Okay.
Then pull it in. Everything else, beautiful right there. All right. All right, guys, we're going to do some trust and believe. And I'm pretty sure most of them don't know what the hell it is, so I'm going to talk to them about it, demo it, and then have them do it. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? I don't do complaints.
I dig it.
Of course you do. Questions, comments, concerns?
better about that one. Yeah, the first one was a lot tougher than that one for me.
Well, yeah, of course, because the first one, you have to stop and start. The second one, what I show you is at the end of that stop, when I say, okay, smooth stop, you go right back to what you normally used to do, right? No, everybody did it. Yeah. But what I also want to show you is the difference between covering the brake and having to go to it, right? Okay, but yeah, that last one, and Lionel, definitely, the first one, again, I know if you're in the friction zone, if you're staying with me the whole time, that's impossible without power. So the second time, I'm way ahead of you, and that's the way it should be. If you do that properly, I should be waiting for you. Lionel, Ari, that last one, that was beautiful. Everything I saw looked good. This time the head and eyes are up. It's a lot of handlebar movement. That's what I like to see. I saw you coming towards that little crack in the ground. If we can make the bike move, no problem. If you needed power, just small bits. So it's all looking good. Same thing. Keep that throttle loaded, of course. That's the thing you got to work on. All right. Exercise number 3, trust and believe. Who's unfamiliar? Okay.
With what? What are we unfamiliar
with the exercise, trust and believe.
I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, good. Do you trust and believe that as long as you have sufficient power on the rear wheel, the bike won't fall?
Correct.
Do you trust and believe it?
Now I do, yes.
Do you trust and believe it?
Yep.
Okay. You're all full of shit.
Yeah.
Let me ask it again. I'm not asking you in theory. I'm asking, do you actually trust it? And just to help you out,
I believe it.
if you put a foot down,
Do it.
yeah, if you put a foot down when you felt falling, you don't trust it yet. You don't believe it yet. So let's try it again. You trust and believe, blah, 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 blah? No.
No, I've done 50 plus push-ups.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what this exercise is designed to do, to reprogram your brain to actually trust and believe that power is the answer. And here's the exercise. I'm going to sit on my bike. I'm going to do a demo. Same thing. Make sure it's in first gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload the throttle and keep it loaded. And keep it loaded, because this is the exercise where, because you're so focused on one thing, you forget about that preload. Not a big deal. Clutch right before the friction zone. But the difference in this exercise is that's where you're going to stop. Stand by. Wait for my command. My command is foot up. When you hear me say foot up, pick this foot off the ground. But I don't want your bike moving at all. When you feel falling, address it with the clutch. But this is not when in doubt, throttle out. I still want a smooth stop. So really, all you're doing is a 2-1 or 2 rear brake. If you do this properly, Foot up, you pick up your foot, bike starts to fall, clutch, brake, brake, brake. The bike shouldn't move a lot at all, right? If it does move a lot, don't worry about that. Now, I'm telling you I want a smooth stop, but people's adrenaline is so high in this exercise that I never get it. It's like, I got people locking up anti-lock brakes. That's how, you know, okay? Now, here's what this exercise is not. This is not about you trying to balance the bike. Like, I used to let people do this at their leisure, but we would be sitting there all day because they're going like this. Because they're trying to get the bike to stand straight up. If you pick your foot up, sometimes the balance of the bike's going to work out and you're just going to be sitting there for a few seconds. People love that because that's beautiful. As soon as you feel it, clutch. Because we're right before one. Clutch. Brake, 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 brake. Stay in the friction zone. Don't pull it back in. Boom. Also, I'm going to be looking at the tread on the front tire. When I say foot up, it doesn't mean open the clutch. It means foot up. That's it. Make sure the bike's not moving. Don't be holding the bike back with the brake either. Because then when you go to open the clutch, it's going to sit. And if I see a bike sitting, you're making it fight. You're giving too much brake, okay? We're just covering the brake. We don't need to use it until we're ready to stop. We clear? Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 demonstrations. The first demonstration, I'm going to address it as soon as I feel it, come to a smooth stop. The second demonstration, I'm going to wait to address it. I'm going to let the bike fall a little bit longer, and then I'm going to catch it. The only difference is now, instead of the bike being here, whichever way it's falling, that's where it's going to be. But when I give it power, it doesn't matter if it was like this. It's going to straighten up because it always wants to go straight, right? Brake, 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 brake. Bing! That's the sound I forgot to give you guys. I want your foot today touching the ground so gently that if you step on a bug and pick your foot up, it flies away. All right? That ain't going to happen, but you know, you get the idea. Okay? Also, when I say foot up, if you do this, what's happening to the bike? That doesn't mean put this foot down. It means clutch, because now you're in the exercise. Okay? All right, questions. Demo. Friction brake, friction brake. Smooth stop. All right, clutch in. First gear. This one I can do close because it's quick. Cover the rear brake. Preload. Clutch right before the friction zone. Head 9 straight ahead. Somebody yell foot up so I can hear you. Friction brake, clutch, 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 clutch. It's nothing. Now, do it again. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Smooth stop. First gear, covering the rear brake. Reload. Clutch right before the friction zone, head 9 straight ahead. Ready? Somebody yell it. Friction brake, clutch, 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 clutch. Smooth stop. Even if I'm going fast with that 2, the brake, slow it down so I can have a smooth stop. The goal is to not get to the point where it's like that, unless you're doing a drop and catch or a throw and catch, and you need to do that, okay? We'll talk about that more when we get to the next exercise. Questions? Friction brake, clutch, 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 clutch. Don't give up on it, don't give up on it.
When you say that, what do you mean?
When I say what?
Well, don't give up on it. Am I letting out the
It means you're pulling the clutch in. Okay. Yeah, giving up means you don't like the way it feels. Clutch in, foot down. Good, friction brake. Don't stop at the bars turn, Dari. All right, you ready? First gear, yes, you're in first gear, covering the rear brake. Preload. Clutch right before 1. Head 9 straight ahead. Don't forget to come to a smooth stop. Foot up. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Come on back, come on back. And your bike was moving a little bit. Make sure when I say foot up, don't open the clutch. Just pick your foot up.
Oh, okay, all right.
Unless you feel falling right away, then yeah, open the clutch. Okay. All right, preload. Foot up, clutch. All right, it's okay. Foot up, clutch, 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 clutch. It's stiff.
First brake, foot covered.
Yep.
Preload.
Preload, head 9 straight ahead. Clutch right before 1. Foot up. Clutch, 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 clutch. Smooth stop. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Clutch, clutch, clutch. I need clutch, brother, clutch. All right. First gear, covering the rear brake. Preload, let me see you, let me hear it. Right there is good. Clutch right before one. Don't forget to come to a smooth stop. Head 9 straight ahead. Foot up. Good, smooth stop, smooth stop. Keep it loaded, brother. Good job, you're good. Good, friction brake, clutch, clutch, clutch. Ah, don't give up on it. All right, first gear, yes, covering the rear brake. Preload. Yeah, that's good. Clutch right before one. Head 9 straight ahead. Don't forget to come to a smooth stop. Pull the clutch in a little bit. You're in the friction zone. There we go. Foot up. Keep it low. Okay, okay. Try it again.
I'm too competitive. I'm like, no, I'm going to stand.
I see. I see. Foot up. Good, good. Clutch, 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 clutch. All right, come on back. And it's like the ideal situation for you. It's standing there for a little while. As soon as you feel it, I want you to open it, because the goal is to really do this well, you should barely move.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, nice and smooth. Okay. Good, good, good. Foot up. Clutch, clutch. And make sure you keep it loaded. I heard it go down.
My problem is I'm going my zero, I'm fully sinking it. I know that. And then I have nothing to go back to.
That's right.
So I'm trying to get back there, but there's not there because,
That's
like
right.
you said, there's too much.
That's right. Foot up. That's called rigor mortis of the hand. That's what's going on.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. Foot up. All right, let's try it again. Foot up. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Open it, open it, open it. Yeah, don't baby that clutch, baby. Don't baby it. Good. Friction brake, clutch, 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 brake, 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 brake. Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Starting to understand now.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's do it again. This will be the last time we do it. Foot up. I saw the pinky move. Foot up. Come on back, come on back. Open up that clutch, baby. That's all that's going on here. This is a 2. Foot up. Clutch. All right, try it again. Foot up. Good, good, clutch, 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 clutch. Friction brake, keep the clutch open. Yeah, see, I keep seeing it happen. Shut it off. So remember, we talked about it. The bike wants to fall the most at the very end of the stop.
Yeah.
Because that's when it's going its slowest.
Sure.
So you should never be pulling the clutch in near the end of the stop.
Okay.
If anything, it should be opening more. Okay? And so what you're doing is when you're getting to the end, I'm watching the clutch come in. And that's why you're feeling falling. Okay? All right. Last time we're doing this. Wait for the command. Come on back, Ari. He said, I ain't going backwards. Screw that. This bike's too tall. Head nice, head nice. Okay. I forgot to tell you, leaning is not authorized. No leaning.
Okay.
All right, wait for the command. Foot up. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Good, smooth stop. Yeah, see, whoa. Foot got stuck, I saw that. Ari's just ready to go, baby. Terrible.
Shut up.
Bike diving. All right, all right.
I got it.
All right.
All right, here we go. Preload it.
Preload, good. Keep it loaded. Right before one, good. Foot up. Clutch.
I'm not smooth. I can feel it.
We just got here, man.
That don't matter.
Oh, it matters. Preload.
Oh,
Foot up.
good thing you did this third.
Yeah, exactly. Give me some more preload. A little bit more. See how the bike's pulling? Pull it, good. Foot up. Clutch, 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 clutch. You baby in that clutch, Lionel. Smooth stop, smooth stop. All right, good job.
So what I'm like, with this exercise,
Hold on.
so with this exercise, what are we trying to accomplish, or just what's the end goal in doing this exercise?
I'm gonna explain it over there.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna answer Ari's question of what's the goal of this exercise. I actually already said it, but I'm gonna say it again and go into a little bit more detail. And now we're gonna start turning. Exercise number 4, right turns, left turns from a stop, but 0 leaning. All right, let's do it.
I'm going to name it epic failure because I can't do it. I don't know. The fact that it's like stand your bike up and don't have your feet touch on the ground, I get the concept, but I can't do it.
It's like counterintuitive, like you're saying stop without moving and then going, and you want to have to balance, but the whole point is not balance, it's using brake and throttle to...
You know, the sad thing about it is I know that that's not something I'm going to do by itself,
Yeah.
but I know it's going to teach me to do something that I've seen him do that's really, really cool, that I'm
Oh,
like,
I'm
I want
sure.
to do that!
Well, I asked him what the point of it is, now he's going to tell us.
Started to say any questions, but I know Ari already has one. What's the point of that exercise? I actually told you the point before we even started it. The point of this exercise is to reprogram your brain to associate falling with this, not putting your feet down. Because what it's doing is it's reenacting the feeling you always get and you don't like, and you're putting your feet down. Anytime you put your feet down, that's this exercise. Now, of course, this exercise is not just an exercise. Once you get this, then it just becomes a part of what you do when you ride, i.e. drop and catch. If you need to make a turn from a standstill and you need to lean that bike, because again, the dating process is me knowing how much my bike can turn straight up, how much it turns leaning. So if you ride a touring Harley-Davidson motorcycle, that motorcycle can make an 18-foot U-turn straight up with the bars just fully locked. And that's why an 18-foot U-turn is not a big deal. If it can make a turn 18 feet with 0 lean, we talked about the 3 things that determine the radius, and one of them is lean. If we take that away and we can still make a turn in 18 feet, then the 18-foot U-turn is not difficult at all if we add everything together, right? So, any other questions? Does that answer your question? Yeah. It's a training exercise, but a lot of you guys, at first when I said, give me a 2 when you feel the bike falling, yeah, that's enough. I'm not charging you guys for preload, right? So you can give me preload. But see, this all goes back to exercise number 1. When I said 2, it goes back to exercise number 2. When I said, give me a 2 to 0. So in exercise number 1, I said, give me a 2 to 1. Exercise 2, I said 2 to 0. Nobody's giving me a 2. And then when we get to this, and I ask for a 2, that's why I always tell people, all of these exercises build on one another, right? And as we go forward, you're not going to hear me saying, okay, now it's time for some new shit. It's always the same stuff. The foundation is always the same. So right now, I don't want you guys babying the clutch. Give it a 2. I want the bike to do this. I want you to feel that, because you're doing a 2 to whatever. You're not staying at 2, okay? All right. Now it's time to turn. I forgot to tell you guys earlier that leaning is not authorized. It's still not authorized. This is exercise number 4. This is right turns, left turns from a stop. And like I told you guys, my highest failure rate. Why? Because motorcycle riders don't like to turn, and you can't go faster, because I'm telling you, 0 lean is allowed. So we talked about it. What's the fastest I can go if I want to turn the bars and keep them turned? 3 miles per hour. So if you're going even a little bit faster than that, if you lean even a little bit, I'm going to call you on it. This is the mushy gravel road. So the key to this exercise is, when you guys come in here, I want you guys to walk in here so you can kind of get a look at what you're turning into. This is 7.5 feet wide, a ton of space for a motorcycle. Now, this doesn't require you to make a full lock turn unless you wait too late to turn. Now, if I'm riding my motorcycle, listen to me. If I'm riding his Harley-Davidson motorcycle, I know I can bring the front wheel right here and still be able to make this turn without leaning the bike. Your bikes, not so much. So again, this is part of the dating process. You know when you're gonna have to turn. And that's why I like, people used to come in with me to practice and they would take the bags off those Pan Americas. And I would tell them, put the bags back on. You need to practice with the width of that bike so you know what it is. And usually my cones are higher than that here. So when you guys are approaching this turn, the first time we do it, well, before I get to that, what's your strength, right turns or left turns?
Right turn?
Okay, we'll find it out.
I'm going to say left. I did a good left turn over here. I felt
You did.
like it was a good
You
left.
did.
Right.
Right. Remember your answers because usually it's the opposite in here. I don't know why. But when people answer that question, they're answering for U-turns. Because most motorcycle riders are never going to turn like this. Because this requires you to be going very slowly, be in the friction zone, a little bit of pressure on the rear brake, a little bit. So the key to success here, guys, is as you approach this, this is when you're going to be getting it together. Preload, do I like the way it sounds? Yes. Set it and forget it. Clutch, what stage of the friction zone am I in? If I'm not going like this, then the stage is fine. And keep in mind, guys, you're going downhill here. So you're going to be using a little bit of rear brake, okay? Drag the brake, nice and easy. And when you find something that's comfortable, hold it there. Now, this is where it all goes to shit, when it's time to turn. Because as soon as people turn, they start changing stuff. And the main thing they change is, I don't like the way this feels. Clutch in. And then this is where most of the drops happen because of that. Or the bike goes that way. Why does that happen? Clutch. I prefer the latter. Because at least now we're starting to get it in that that's the answer. Like when we were in exercise number 2, you had it was a trust and believe moment. His foot came down, but it didn't go out. Love to see that. That's Morpheus from the Matrix.
He's beginning to believe.
He's beginning to believe. That's exactly what happened, right? So, your goal is to try to change shit as little as possible. So, what comes first, head and eyes or handlebars?
Sorry?
What comes first, head and eyes or handlebars?
Handlebars.
What comes first,
Head and eyes.
Oh, yeah, because it's
Yeah, head and eyes, handlebars. So, it doesn't make sense for you to turn here. You're already in the lane, right? Don't turn your head here. Turn it here, head and eyes. Because I need to have time. If I look, shit, something's coming. Rear brake, stop. Head and eyes, handlebars. And when you turn, guys, hold the turn. Your goal is to be in the middle. This is a double yellow line. Tractor trailers are coming this way and they're hugging the line. We don't want to be anywhere near that line. Although I don't give a shit if you're near the cones. I don't care if you hit the cones. Just don't put your feet down, right? Don't put your feet down. So when I make this turn, I showed you this earlier. This is the stage 2 demonstration. I'm keeping my clutch in stage 2. I'm keeping the throttle loaded, of course, and I'm just dragging the rear brake. If I need to go off and on it, it's slight. We don't want the mechanic, we don't want to, that's what he does on the bull, right? That's a cowboy, right? So we're going to do it nice and ginger if we even need to. The goal is to just drag it. Hold the turn, hold the turn, hold the turn. Straighten out, boom, right in the middle. So here's my question. If I'm making this turn, remember, we're not leaning. If I feel my bike falling in, Ari, how do I correct that?
More throttle?
No.
Rear brake. More brake.
No. Clutch. I need power. If it's falling in, I even gave you the word. I said if it's falling in. There's never going to be throttle because remember, step number 3 is preload and keep it loaded. So we don't ever have to worry about it if we keep it loaded. So if it's falling in, clutch or come off the rear brake because that's what I showed you in stage 2 demo. I kept the clutch right where it is. What if I'm making this turn and the bike is falling outward? How do I correct that? Rear brake. Because remember, the bike always wants to fall the direction the handlebars are turned. That's why this is more common. But because we're doing this straight up, if the bike is trying to fall this way, it's trying to straighten out. You got a little bit too much power. Just a little bit of brake. Boom. But remember, like I told you before, we're always giving and taking. So if I have to give power, it's give, take back. Because the give is to get me from here to here, right? And once I'm here, I can come off of it. Same thing here. If it's going this way, take, give. So it's the equivalent of being on a tightrope. If I'm on a tightrope and I lose my balance to the right, if I overcorrect it, now I'm to the left. I want to get it to where I'm right here. So that's 2, 1. 2, 1. Okay? All right. Any questions about any of that? I'm gonna give you a demo. We're gonna do this 3 ways in both directions. But first we're gonna start going left. The first time you guys are gonna come straight through. I don't care if you wanna get all the way to the right to make the left and all the way to the left, that's fine. This is not a competition. If you do that successfully, when we come back through, we'll do it a couple of times. When we come back through, I'm gonna have you do it from a stop. You can stop anywhere in this box. I don't care. But at some point, maybe not today, but at some point in your riding career, I need you to be comfortable right here. And maybe even here, but not really, that's for my ambassadors. Right here. And the reason I need you to be comfortable here is, the point is, I want that when you go out in the real world, there's nothing you're gonna see and go, uh-oh. Because everything you've done out here is relevant out there. And sometimes you're gonna go to a road where there's a car. Damn camera guy. All right. Sometimes you're gonna go to a road where there's an SUV parked on the corner or a van. You can't see around it from back there. So you have to come up here. And now you're gonna feel stress because this space got smaller. And remember, the space doesn't matter because this is 2 rear brake, okay? So the first time straight, second time from a stop, third time stop, make the turn, smooth stop. So this whole friction brake thing I'm talking to you guys about, this is even more important coming out of a turn to stop. I had a guy told me he's coming out of the gas station, and as soon as he comes out of the gas station, he sees a car coming down the road. Dropped the bike and he said, Rob, I had to lay her down. What else was I supposed to do? And back then, I was like, no, you didn't have to lay her down, because I know what he could have done. But the truth is he did have to lay her down because he didn't know anything else to do. Like I said before, your options out there are limited to your skill level. What could he have done? Well, the first thing he could have done, because without even being there, I already know. If you're coming out of a gas station and then you see a car and you have to hit the brake, you were riding like this. Because if your head and eyes were up, you never would have committed to that turn or that lean. So this is why head and eyes are important. But as soon as he went to go into that turn, if he saw that car, now again, everybody's answer is stop, brakes. But we know what keeps the bike up at slow speeds.
Sufficient power to the rear tire.
Exactly. So what does the bike always want to do with sufficient power?
Stand up.
Okay, so if I'm in a lean, the only way to get this bike to stand up, I need to give it power. That's where clutch and rear brake comes in. And that's all he had to do. But if you don't have the presence of mind, yeah, exactly, because
That's all you had to do, man.
it's so counterintuitive to give power, but you're not just giving power, you're giving friction brake, right? You're giving power and brake, okay? That's how we stay in control. So let me put on all my gear and I'm gonna demonstrate all 3. You don't have to go as slow as I'm going, but not much faster. All right,
I
let's
was
do
going to
it.
say, should we move the bikes? But I know he can't
No, you're
go in
good.
that area.
You're good. All right, I like where the clutch is. I got a little bit of pressure on the rear brake. Head and eyes, I'm gonna keep the clutch where it is, keep the throttle loaded, hold the turn, I'm just using the brake right now. Hold the turn, on and off the brake, right in the middle. Doing it from a stop, friction brake, clutch, 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 smooth stop. Now I'm gonna turn my head and my eyes first because I'm already here. Preload, 2, rear brake. 2, rear brake. Hold the turn, off the brake, boom. Friction brake, clutch, clutch, clutch. Smooth stop. Now we're gonna stop, make the turn, smooth stop. Now sometimes, if you wanna give this bike a jab on the brake initially to get this shit to act right, you could do that. 2, brake. Now I'm good. So that first brake could be like boom. Friction brake, clutch, clutch, clutch. If you make this turn slow, it's gonna make this stop easier.
When you hit that brake, is that to make sure that you're locked, or just to make you? I mean, I look at that and go, okay, you're committed now. Like,
It's to make sure I'm going that way. It's to make sure that I make this bike stand up, but I'm not trying to go far.
okay.
Boom. Then I'm good. Then I'm good.
And the problem is we thought it's balanced for years and years.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to balance. I'm trying to move my butt. I'm trying to balance it in it deeper.
Now keep in mind, if the bike's not moving, then your balance does have some relevance. but it ain't keeping it up. It's just making you, you know. But as heavy as this bike is, it's not gonna do much, right? It's not gonna do much. At the end of the day, power is what I need. And as long as I address it as soon as I feel it, it's all I'm doing while I'm sitting still is coming off. If I feel falling, off, on, off, on. That's it, okay? But, again, I'm gonna go a little bit faster. So if I go a little bit faster, now I can just drag the brake. I don't have to come on and off of it. Drag it, drag it, drag it. So, question. Friction brake, clutch, clutch, clutch. How do I know if I'm in too high of a stage of the friction zone? So while I'm doing anything that I'm doing, every now and then I take my foot off of the brake. If you take your foot off of the brake, your bike should gradually increase in speed. If it goes like this, too much clutch. That means you're braking the fight, you're holding the back with the brake. We're good? All right. I'm gonna put my camera over there. When you turn your head and your eyes, you look at my camera and keep looking at it. Don't look at these cones, don't stare at the cones. I know you're gonna look at them. Don't stare at them, okay? All right, Lionel, still sandbagging. He never made a fool of himself, not once. It's impossible to do when you're working with Robert Simmons, be the boss of your motorcycle. We're out here trying to get better, so you can't make a fool of yourself. Unless he drops his pants to his ankles. Other than that, I don't see how, he can make a fool of himself. Most people are stepping outside of their comfort zone just coming to a private lesson or a practice session, so I commend them for that. Ari's doing that excellent. That nice? Rear brake, hold the turn, beautiful. This is your thing, Ari, clearly. This is your thing. Head nice, rear brake, clutch. All right, what happened there?
Clutched in.
There you go. Okay, so from here, we're going that way. 2 rear brake. Head nods on the camera. Go, foot up, rear brake, clutch. All right, don't choke because the camera's on now. Head nice? On my camera. Excellent. Hold that turn. Hold it. Right straightening out. Good job, Ari. Good job. Excellent. Head nice? Excellent. Head nice? Good. Excellent. Right in the middle. Smooth stop. Smooth stop. Brake, friction brake. Keep that clutch open. Clutch. Money. All right, right turn.
Left or right?
Left turn, I'm sorry. Head nice on my camera. Head nice. Move, stop. Friction brake. Terrible. All right.
I know.
Left turn, head nice on my camera. Head nice. Turn those bars, turn them. Good, straight through, good job. Excellent. Good, friction brake, clutch. Don't give up on it. All right, left turn. Reset. Head nice on my camera. Head nice up. Yeah, back it up. As soon as you go to move, you look there. Just keep looking at the camera. Let's go back more. We don't need to be that close right now. Keep going. Right there. 2, rear brake. Good, head nice up. Stop it, back it up. Yep, so you know what you're doing. Remember, the slower we go, all that stuff's exaggerated.
Drag it.
That's it. And if you're gonna tap it, tap, nice and easy. 2, rear brake. Good. Stop. Start over. See how the bike is falling to the right? I'm asking you for a 2, you're still not giving it to me. 2. We're doing the 2 so we make sure it stays straight. All right. 2, rear brake. That's not a 2. You're looking at the cones again. Back it up. Okay. Friction brake, clutch. All right. Head nice. Rear brake, easy on the brake. Keep it loaded, excellent. There you go, right in the middle. Smooth stop. Clutch. Yeah, you needed more clutch there, that's why I was falling. Okay, all right. You did it from a stop already, yeah. Smooth stop right there. Don't try to stay inside the cones. Head nice on my camera, not my cones. Head nice. Hold that turn. Clutch. Yep, okay. That's 10. Too much speed coming in, that's why. All right, smooth stop right here, Lyle. Now what you're doing, I know you're trying to be mindful of the bags, but you're turning really late. I mean, you can get away with it with this, but when you should be turning about right here. You're turning here.
Oh, all right.
So it doesn't matter, a turn is still excellent. But we want to be in the middle. Head nice, on my camera. See? Whoa. Back it up.
I can't duck walk it.
So ducks don't walk backwards.
That's right.
So that would have been fine. You just didn't brake.
I could feel it. I didn't even have my foot covering it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I knew it right off the rip.
Good.
There's no brake here.
2 rear brake. Good. Hold it. Brake. Excellent. Smooth stop. Friction brake. Excellent. Right turns next. Good job. All right. Front brake. 10 push-ups. All right. Smooth stop. Now you're not turning your head and your eyes until you're already in the lane. At my camera, that's what I want you looking at. 2 rear brake. 2, open that clutch, open it. Head nice, good. Turn those bars. Good, hold that turn. Start opening the clutch, Yeah. Right there, same place that got you before.
Yeah.
When you get right here, you got to start opening the clutch, getting ready, braking. Because as you're opening, you're braking more too. Anytime we open more, we got to brake more. All right, right turns next. Smooth stop over here. Good. Brake. Clutch. Ah, man. Excellent. Right turns next. Head nice on the camera. All right, back it up. You got the auto hold on. Pull the brake in. Just pull it in. There we go. Straighten out. Turn it. Yeah. So what's happening is you're still starting at like a 0.4. If you start at a 2, then you don't have to worry about this shit. 2 rear brake. Head nice. Turn those bars. All right. Reset.
I did it before.
Yeah, but before you did it while you were rolling through, not from a stop. Good. Camera. Reset. All right, stop. Shut it off. Shut it off, Lionel. So I forgot to tell you guys something. I kept talking to you about a drop and catch, right? And a drop and catch is usually it happens in these situations. I want the bike to go that way. Now, if my left foot, like right now, I'm looking at your bike. His bike is straight up. Lionel's bike is straight up. Straight up. Cover the rear brake. Now your bike is slightly leaned to the left. That's why people like making left turns better than right turns, especially from a standstill, because the bike is already kind of lean that way. So it's going to go that way unless you give it a lot of clutch, then it's going to stand up. The reason why people don't like right turns is because now, if I'm covering the rear brake, this foot's down, it's still leaning to the left, but I want to go right. So how do I ensure the bike goes that way? That's a throw and catch. What am I going to throw the bike with?
Your foot?
My foot. And it's very slight. Remember, we don't need to do a lot. It's on 2 wheels. This is all I need to do. That's it. Throw it, catch it with the clutch. And so if you want to make sure the bike stops falling that way, especially this, because you're like this, right? Throw, catch. Okay? All right. Head and eyes on that camera. We're not supposed to be doing this from a stop yet. Good, good, good. Hold the turn. Excellent. Right in the middle. Straight through. Good. Straight through. Straight through. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Too much speed. You're leaning. Again, we want to watch the speed. Keep the speed down. Good. Keep it loaded, brother. Head nice, head nice. Rear brake, rear brake. Straight through, don't stop. Good, give me some more clutch, you're good. Good, because I want it to be up. Start turning. Good, hold the turn, hold the turn, hold the turn. Easy on that brake. Excellent, right in the middle, Ari. Beautiful. Straight through. Good, rear brake, drag it, drag it. Keep the clutch where, drag it, more, more. Hold the turn. There we go. Excellent. Straight through. Slow down. Good. Come on, keep going. Start turning. Start turning. Hold the turn. Hold the turn. Hold the turn. Excellent. Smooth stop. Smooth stop. Friction brake. Clutch, 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 clutch. Making a turn from here. Turn the handlebars. Turn the bars. 2 rear brake. Stop. Yeah, you're looking there. Look there. 2 rear brake. Throw it and catch it. Don't worry about it, Ari. Just throw it. It's a slight throw. But you're not, because you're right before 1. Throw catch. That nice? Good, good, good. My man. Perfect. Yeah, straight through. Come on up. He did it, now you got to do. I'm just kidding. All right.
Oh, from right there?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm in.
I know you
I
are.
want the challenge.
Turn the handlebar slightly.
Okay.
This is going to be a throw and a catch. Head and eyes on my camera the whole time. Throw catch. That's what it is. That wasn't a throw. Throw,
catch either.
Throw it like you got up here. Good, good, good. I understand the reluctancy, but you're good. Throw catch. Come back up. Right there. Turn the bars. Head knife, good. There we go. Ah!
Still don't have it.
You want me to get Ari to come show you how to do this?
No, watch, I'll get it now, guaranteed.
I know that's all I got to say.
No. Tanner, stay right there.
All right. Head nice. Good. Use that brake. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Easy on the brake. Easy. Preload. 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 All right. All right, straight through. 2 rear brake. Go turning. Nice. Now we're not stopping yet, but you like rights better than left. Stop wherever you want. Give me some more clutch. Clutch, 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 and brake. Clutch, clutch, yeah. Because if you don't give me more, that's how it's going to end. All right, smooth stop. 2 rear brake. Head nice. Throw it, good. Good, turn those bars. Hold the turn. Hold the turn. All right, clutch, 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 clutch. That's what we're always missing at the end with Ari, that clutch at the end. Friction brake. All right, smooth stop. Two rear brake. Braking, brake, 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 brake. Clutch, 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 clutch. Outstanding. Outstanding. All right, you're good, you're good. Friction brake, clutch, clutch, keep it loaded. All right, smooth stop. Go ahead, nine, good. Brake, brake, brake. Good, clutch, 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 clutch. Money, brother, money. All right, guys. Yeah, pull over here when you get a chance. All right, guys, exercise number 5, single serpentine. Now we're gonna start, well, we're already turning, but now we're gonna start leaning and transitioning. Let's do it. All right, guys, any questions? Exercise number 4. You guys rocked that.
That was my favorite one.
Rocked it, of course, because it rocked it. Rocked it. I mean, I was very surprised, right? And of course, if you struggled, you know what you did. That's the important thing, that you know what you did or did not do, and then you correct it. No big deal. As you're going through that turn, this is what I see with your foot. So I want to reduce that. Again, it's not a big deal, but the whole point is to, one of my students, it just so happens, I didn't realize this, but she rides horses. And she told me when they do horse shows, to judge the rider's skill is to see little input. And if you see a lot of stuff, the rider doesn't know what they're doing of the horse. Wow, what a coincidence. I told her it's the same thing on the bike. We don't need to do a whole lot. Okay, this is exercise number 5, guys. This is the single serpentine. This is the exercise where now leaning is authorized. Now I don't get it. It happens all the time. Now that I want you to lean, you don't lean. We got 7, well, the cones are 15 feet apart. I already told you that, right? But now we're not only leaning here, we're also transitioning. We were already turning, so turning's not different. The problem with this exercise is people want to come in here and do this. They want to slightly turn the bars. That's why you see 3 cones here. I had to do that because I want to make you lean the bike, right? That's what this is all about. So all of these exercises, it's not just about getting through them, it's how you get through them, right? We're always working on something. So in this exercise, because we're leaning, we need a little bit more speed. Can't be too much speed because we still have to turn the handlebars. We're not making slight turns in here. Start wide, stay wide. That's what I want you to do. So this is new. I just recently did this because I find that motorcycle riders are always going to find the path of least resistance. The path of least resistance is what can I do to have to turn less and lean less? And so if I tell people this is going to be the first cones we go through, they're going to start here. So now they don't have to turn at all. They can just kind of go straight here. I don't want you to do that. So that's why I put this wall here. I also don't want you hugging the cone. So I want you to kind of be right here. Start wide, stay wide. So when you come here, guys, when you get to these cones, I want you to aggressively, aggressive is a strong word, dip the bike into this first turn. Don't passively turn into it. Dip the bike into it because that's what you're gonna have to do the rest of them anyway. We may as well start right. Plus, when we get, I'm preparing you for the next exercise because the biggest, is this guy leaving his bike here? I'm so honored. The biggest fault that people have in the U-turn is I tell them to commit to the handlebar turn and to lean right away, and they passively turn. So again, right here, dip it. And when you dip this turn, guys, hold it. What does holding turns buy? You guys don't know. Holding turns buys you space and time. So when you come in here, dip this turn, hold it. When you transition, you should be out here. And if I transition out here, look at all the space between me and these cones. See the position of my motorcycle? Only way it's going to get at this angle, I had to start wide and dip it in. But I'm going to come about right here, and then I'm going to dip it again. And I'm going to hold that turn. The goal is, see how close I am to these cones? The goal is when I make this next turn, I'm closer to these cones than I am to those. It's buying me more space and time, right? If I make this first turn and I'm right here, this is going to start tightening up on me as I go down.
So how does braking work in this scenario?
The same way it works in every other one. If you need it, you use it. Okay. So for instance, if I'm right on top of these cones, I need to correct that. How do I correct it? I have to slow down and hold the next turn longer. That's going to require me to lean more. This exercise is not about being straight up. That's over now. Leaning. Next, doing this to the brake. Doesn't make sense anymore for anything else we're doing, because now we want fluidity. Okay. And this is counterproductive to fluidity. Okay. So if I need to use the brake, drag. Okay. Off. Drag. I'm going to do it with no brake. No brake, because I don't need it here. This exercise, by going wide, is buying me extra space and time, plus holding those turns and turning the bars, creating a little bit of drag anyway. So I'm good.
Clutch the whole time or not?
I'm trying to, but sometimes I'm pulling it in, because again, we can't be perfect. If it's a little bit too much speed, I pull it in, out. If you need the brake though, I want you to use it, but don't jam it. Okay, again, try not to do this. Okay. Any questions? Head and eyes, straight ahead. Don't look at each cone. Counterbalance your body, meaning keep your body straight up and down, let the bike lean under you. And that's it, right? Keep the throttle loaded, and everything else that we talked about stays the same, okay? All right, quick demo, and...
Put it all together now.
Yes, put it all together. Dip it in. Hold the turn, transition, head and eyes, straight ahead. Transition, dip it in, dip it in. Every turn you make, dip it in.
Go slower.
Huh?
Go slower.
Can't, I gotta lean. All right, we good? If I go slower, I can't lean. All right, let me go fix that cone. Head and eyes, straight ahead. Good. Hold those turns longer, you're hugging the cones. Good. Easy on that rear brake. He locked the rear wheel up on that one. And as soon as he turns right, the RPMs go down. Nice, Ari.
When I went through there, what'd you say to me? I couldn't hear it.
Hold the turns longer.
Okay.
That's why you were hitting the cones. You're hugging them.
Okay, I didn't realize I was hitting.
Well, I thought you heard me because at the end you held them longer.
Oh, all right.
Good. There we go. Nicely done. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. See, right turn, RPM down, they're up here, right turn, down. Good, trust and believe. All right, so we gotta work on some throttle control. One more time. Work on some throttle control. Good, nice dip. Nice. Very nice. Dip it in. And again, this is not his bike, so those bags, this is not something he's got to get accustomed to because it's not his bike. But he is going to ride it back today, so see, right here. The whole bike is shaking. Right here, RPM's up. Right turn. Okay, we stayed up that time. Good. And right there, they're down again. All right. All right. Keep it wide, you're hugging the cones. There we go. All right, tighten up on them. Keep it loaded. Right turn again. All right. All right, guys, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk to him about that throttle, and then we're going to move on to exercise number 6. This is the last thing we're doing today, which is the infamous U-turn. All right, let's do it. All right, guys, this is the last exercise we're going to do today. This is the infamous U-turn. Any questions on the last?
That was great.
Yeah, of course. Good.
I felt janky going through it.
So here's what was happening with you. Every time you made a right turn, your RPMs went down. Every time. Well, maybe once it didn't. So let's think about that. Right turn. So what's happening is, this is throttle control. When you turn your handlebars in, it's affecting your grip on the throttle. That's why we don't focus on the grip, we focus on the sound. You hear it going down, you bring it back up, right? And so what I tell people is, if you're having a problem keeping the throttle loaded, what's going on is, if I ask you to put your hands on your handlebars, you're gonna grab that grip in a position that's natural and comfortable to you. And then when I say, okay, preload, when you roll on your throttle, this is unnatural. So if you don't think about it, natural, you're always going to resort to what makes you feel most comfortable. It doesn't matter what the hell I'm saying.
Path of least resistance.
That's right. That's right. So I tell people sometimes, again, I don't want people to always do this, but pronate your grip just slightly. Right? You know what a Smith machine is?
Yep.
So you know you have to roll it to push it. So you got to kind of pronate it first, so that so it's the same concept. But this is not really necessary. Just listen to the sound, okay? Of course you would like that because you can go a little bit faster. And that's why I want you to do it on the bagger too, because you're hugging the cones. Hugging, I say I don't want you to hug my cones. Just because you're not hitting them doesn't mean you're not hugging them. Okay. So what you're still doing is not slowing down enough to turn and lean. Okay. You're still leaning, you're comfortable, but I want you to realize that exercise is not about speed. Okay. That's a 40 miles per hour serpentine, which the cones are much further apart. Okay. This is all about you getting comfortable leaning the bike without going too fast. Okay. Right? It's getting you ready for this, because when you make this, the problem with a U-turn is people think they need a lot of speed. So when Lionel said, how fast are you going in there? I told him about 10 miles per hour. Okay. Yeah, so now if you know that's the speed that you're going in there, you don't really need to go too much faster in here to make a U-turn. Okay. Now I usually have, how long? Oh, you only have an hour flight home anyway. I'm gonna give all you guys homework tonight. I already told you about, watch these videos. It's gonna mean way more now that you've done some of this stuff. Usually in this box, I have an 18-foot line of cones right here. And so that way you can either make a turn in 18 feet or go all the way to the top and do it in 27. I'm not worried about that though. All I'm worried about is the 27 feet. We can still see where you are. Sure. Point is, I don't want you guys to be line to line. Here's the key to that. When you guys are coming in here to make this U-turn, just like I told you in exercise number 4, on the approach, do I like my preload? Yes. Boom, said it. Clutch, what stage am I at in the friction zone? Do I like it? Yes. Clearly, if I'm going like this, I'm going too slow. Rear brake, if I'm going to use it, I'm going to start dragging it before I make the turn. What I don't want you guys doing, because people do it all the time, you get in the turn, then you start changing shit. And you change stuff like this, and that's when stuff happens. So, what comes first, head and eyes or handlebars? Head and eyes. Turn my head and my eyes, and this is what I was talking to you guys about. This is going to be the difference between a wide turn and a tighter turn. Commit to the handlebar turn and the lean right away. That hesitation is what makes the turn so wide. And it's because I don't like the way this feels. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to lean this much. And then I'll get over here and I look at these cones and go, shit, I'm not gonna make it. Now I turn and lean more under your motorcycle. I should see head and eyes, handlebars. What I normally see is head and eyes, handlebars. All right? Head and eyes, handlebars, and just hold it. What does holding turns by you?
Time and space.
That's right, space and time. Hold the turn. And that's the biggest thing, trying to get motorcycle riders to hold turns, and they don't like turning anyway, so I want to get out of it as soon as possible. So a turn that would have been here, they start coming out, and they end up over here. Okay? You guys want a demo?
Yes.
Okay.
What's our distance here?
27 feet.
And then total length is?
Irrelevant.
Because
It's 40 feet.
Whenever we decide to make
Yeah, you can make it wherever you want.
Make it not cone to cone and as tight as we can get comfortably wise.
Yeah, you can make it wherever you want in here, 40 feet. Normally my box is 46 feet because that's what, because I'm also doing a figure 8 in the same box, but we're not doing that today. Okay? So the first time we do, we're gonna go straight through. And then I'm gonna have you come to a smooth stop where I'm standing. And now, by the time we get to exercise number 6, you guys been stopping all fucking day. I'm gonna be on my hands and knees looking at your fork. And I don't wanna see that shit move at all. That's how smooth I want that stuff to be. And don't glide into it, okay? Do it from a stop. And then we're gonna stop, make the turn, smooth stop. Then we do the same thing on the right, and then we're done. Good? All right, demo. Head and eyes, commit. Hold the turn, that's no break right there, no break. Head and eyes, commit. Hold the turn. Then we're gonna do it from a stop. Head and eyes, commit. You don't have to lean that much. And you can go straight when we do it from a stop. Then we're gonna do a stop, and then a stop. Friction brake, clutch, clutch, clutch. Again, you don't have to do that. Go straight and then make the turn, smooth stop. We're good? And then we do the same thing going right. All right, let's do it. Head and eyes on me. You're going too slow, too slow. That's why you feel falling. You're going too slow. A little bit more speed. I wouldn't keep that camera right there. I wouldn't keep my camera there. Head and eyes, commit. Yeah, commit. All right, commit. Straight through, straight through. Good, rear brake, commit. Keep the speed up, keep the speed up. A little bit more speed. Head and eyes, commit. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake.
I missed my rear brake. I can't find it.
We're not going. We can't get. Head and eyes, good. Counterbalance. Don't lean with it. Head and eyes, commit. Too slow. Too slow. So he's slowing down too much. Head and eyes, commit. Easy, easy. Now you're giving me too much brake. All right, listen. When you come back in here, I want you to come back in here. How about 7 miles per hour?
Okay.
Don't use the brake.
Okay.
Head and eyes, commit. If you need power, give, take.
Okay.
Give, take. Don't use the brake at all.
Okay.
See if it gets better because he's trying to find that brake. He's coming slow and then picking up speed as he progresses through it. Head and eyes, commit. Hold the turn. Good. All right, commit. Good. Hold that clutch in. Hold it in. There you go, because he didn't need it at that point. Good job. And that's his best U-turn. So what you're doing is when you go to make the turn, you speed up.
So slow down.
Remember, I said get your speed correct on the approach.
Okay.
And then that's the speed you should stay at. You don't need to go faster, okay? A little bit more speed, a little bit more speed. Good, head and eyes, commit. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake, just drag it. You're still speeding up. Still speeding up. Head and eyes, commit. All right. Ah, look at you, trust and believe. Trust and believe you're doing. Commit, rear brake, if you want to.
I didn't touch it.
Yeah, okay. I want you to touch it next time. Next time I want you to touch it because it would have made that turn tighter.
Okay.
I wanted you to just do it once with no rear brake. It was your best turn.
All right.
You're still speeding up. Don't speed up. Come on, come on. Head and eyes, commit. Drag the brake, drag it, drag it. Beautiful, beautiful. Head and eyes, commit. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Good job. Head and eyes, commit. Drag the brake, drag it, drag it. Yeah, too much. Now you slow down too much. Just light pressure, light pressure. Good, good, good. Clutch. Head and eyes, commit. Drag the brake, light pressure, light pressure. Beautiful, Ari. Beautiful, beautiful. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. Head and eyes, commit. Rear brake, just drag it. Don't slow down too much, see? 5 miles per hour is too slow. Right there, Lionel, that looked good, that commitment. But as soon as you did it, you came out of it because you didn't like the way it felt. When you guys dip the bike, hold it. You don't need to go faster to maintain that. We proved that in the single serpentine, okay? 7 to 8 miles per hour is the slowest you can go to still lean this. I usually do a demonstration. I put the boards on the ground and just go in a circle and ask everybody to guess my speed. Everybody's like 10, 12, no, 7 to 8. So if I can drag the boards on that bike at 7 to 8, surely you can lean the bike at 10. Don't worry about it. So dip it, and when you use the brake, light pressure just to give us some control, okay? All right. Head and eyes, commit. Good. Hold the turn, hold the turn. Nice, Ari. Come out straight, come out straight. Head and eyes, commit. Counterbalance, don't lean with it. Head and eyes, commit. Rear brake, hold it, hold it, hold it. Good, good. 5 miles per hour, too slow. Beautiful. All right, U-turn, remember, we don't need a bunch of speed. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Too slow, going 2 miles an hour. Can't lean going that slow. Not bad. Reload, come in. Good job. Ah, a glide stop. That's a glide stop.
All right.
Good, clutch, come in. Rear brake, rear brake. Good job. Little wide, little wide. Smooth stop over here. Open that clutch like you mean it. Commit. Rear brake. Rear brake, rear brake. Too much speed. What happened to my stop? speed. Glide stop. All right, smooth stop over here. Commit. That's 10, 20, 30, 40. Smooth stop. Friction brake, friction brake. All right. Glide stop. And that's why I was going like this and you were like, screw you. All right, smooth stop over here. Redeem yourself. Redemption. Head of nice, commit. 10, 20, 30. Head nice.
Glide stop.
And front brake. So that's 50. Right there, that's a drop and catch situation, so you don't end up all the way over here. Just let it drop into that lane and then catch it with the clutch.
Okay.
Right turns next.
Right.
Right turns next. Yeah. Whoa, cover the brake. Yeah. Good, some more speed, heading nice. Yeah, too slow, you're going too slow. Make sure you come out straight, don't come out turning. They're doing good, and I don't blow smoke. Good, keep that speed, keep that speed. Drag the brake, drag the brake, drag the brake. Good job, good job. Good, good, good. Drag the brake, drag it, drag it, drag it. Speed, 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 speed. Drag the brake, drag it, drag it. Beautiful, Ari, beautiful. Good, keep that speed, drag the brake, drag it. Too much speed coming in, but good correction. Because right there, he gradually went into that turn. I want you to commit, commit. Turn those bars from the beginning, you're not turning them. Commit. Good, commit. Rear brake, rear brake. Nice. Give me that brake earlier, it'll be tighter because right now he's just trying to correct the speed. Good, correct it, brake, brake. Hold the turn, hold the turn. Yeah, see now, we gotta get that brake better at the beginning. Right now your speed's good, and then when you commit, when you start braking, I'll look at your speedometer, it says 9. By the time you get to the end of this turn, you're down to 6.
I feel like I'm hitting my brake at the apex, and it's doing this to me, and then I'm
remember,
everywhere.
I don't want you to brake at the apex. I said brake before you even turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Light pressure, that's all you should need. And a nice commit. Hold that down, good. Turn it, turn it. There we go. But every time he speeds up, remember, what does the bike want to do with power? It wants to go straight. So when he speeds up, the handlebar starts straightening out. Good. Commit. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. Speeding up, but he's good. Start braking, commit. Hold that turn. See that? All right, stop. So I see what's happening. When you brake, you're braking like you're stopping. When really you should be braking just to maintain a slow speed.
Okay.
That's the control. So when you first started braking, I said great, but then I'm looking 8, 7, 6, 5. No, too much braking.
Okay.
All right, we're coming to a stop next time you come around. Head and knife, commit. Rear brake, rear brake. Good. Just drag it. Don't come on and off. Just drag it. Head and knife, light pressure. Drag it. Nice, Ari. That's 50, 60, 70. All right. Glide stop, glide stop. Coming in too high, coming in high. All right. Clutch, clutch, clutch. That's 10, 20, front brake. Yeah. We up to 160 now. Well, it stopped. Easy, easy. Good. All right. Head and eyes, commit. Snap that head next time. Snap it. Oh my God. We're regressing. All right, smooth stop over here. Redeem yourself. Redemption. Head and eyes, commit. Friction brake, clutch, clutch, clutch. So that's a result of a passive turn. I said commit, you said la, 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 la. Boom. Yeah, at least, don't give up on it, brother. All right, smooth stop over here, smooth stop. I like that you worked for the stop. The U-turn is too slow. Lovely, give me another one. Head and eyes, commit. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. Where's my stop? All right. All right, how you feeling?
Feeling good. A lot more confident now. No false confidence.
Good, exactly. Do you remember what you rated yourself when you first came out?
6, ambitiously.
Any change in that number?
Yeah, we're gonna reduce that down to a confident 3.
Okay, okay. But do you know which one you need to work on? Exercises.
Which exercises? Yeah, I would always say I don't think it matters who it is. I think exercise 1 is good for everybody.
That's right.
And I would definitely say probably exercise turns was 4. Exercise 4 for sure.
1, 2, and 3. That's what you need to work on because that will make 4 that much easier.
Understood.
Okay? All right, brother.
Thank you, Robert.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it.
All right, how you feeling?
I'm good.
Good.
I got a nice pump on, I'll tell you that right now.
You damn sure did. Do you still have some left?
Yeah, I got. No, I've paid my dues.
You paid them all, okay.
Paid them. While you were showboating,
when was I showboating?
I put down my 180.
We don't showboat. We just
you
ride
were-
the
you were
motorcycle as it was
showboating.
designed
You
to be
were
ridden.
showboating. All right.
Okay. Do you remember what you rated yourself when you first
I
came
do.
out? What?
Solid 3.
Any change in that number?
No, I'm
told-
probably less. And you're like, oh, you're sandbagging.
Yeah, that's a sandbag. You're not a 3.
What would you put me?
I don't give numbers. I just disagree with sandbags.
All right.
Right? 3 is too low. 3s can't do exercise number 4. I'll tell you that.
Exercise 4, stop.
The right left turn from a stop. That's right. That's my highest failure.
So
rate.
then I'll go. I'm a 4 then, because I could handle that one.
Respectfully disagree. Respectfully.
If I keep going, he's gonna finally tell me the number he thinks I am.
4 is too low. But I want you to continue to practice this. And like I already told, what's the last gentleman? Oh, Graf. Like I already told Graf, 1, 2, and 3 is the foundation. You practice that, everything else gets easier.
Yeah.
Okay, because all those 3 exercises are working on is putting you in discomfort and seeing how you deal with it. And if you deal with it appropriately, that same feeling is the same in exercise number 9 as it is in 1, falling. Okay?
Okay.
All right, bro.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. All right, how you feeling?
I feel amazing, actually.
You look tired, man.
I'm tired, but I'm exhilarated at the same
Exactly.
time.
That's me all the time.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you rated yourself when you first came out?
I think I was generous at a 6 or 7.
Any change in that number?
Yeah, I'd probably say like a 5 or 6.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I'm not as good as I thought I was. The first time, really, the first exercise humbled me a lot.
Yeah.
But then as time went on, I felt better at doing that. But I mean, yeah, I feel good. I feel like I progressed.
Absolutely.
That to me is what's important. Is
You did.
I feel better now than when I started, but I know I have a lot to learn.
Absolutely. And so, listen, I want you to continue to practice. I mean, I know you don't even ride a lot. So, I don't know how much you're going to be practicing, but you
Was that a dig?
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's not. I mean,
I wanna ride a
Some
lot.
people got to work, right?
That's
so,
true.
You know,
No,
unless you ride to work, which you don't do.
No, I'd like to do more of that actually, but no, I doing this makes me want to ride more.
Absolutely. And see,
Yeah.
and I say that all the time. This is not just about it's not just a safety thing. If you love riding a motorcycle, you're going to love it even more when you actually know what the hell you're doing, because I'm looking to make people well-rounded riders. I want you to enjoy the whole experience. This is the only vehicle in existence that your heart rate goes up the slower you go. And so that's what we're working on here, right? So I appreciate you coming out.
Thank you for doing this.
I appreciate all of you. Shout out to Lord Tigers, as I always say. And guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate them sharing this with you guys. Put in the comment section what you think. And again, if you don't know what Lord Tigers is, it's motorcycle lawyers, right? They're gonna help you out. They got your back, just in case, unfortunately, because that's why we do this. Yeah. We're always dealing with odds. Nothing's 100%. You could do everything right and something still go wrong. Point is, somebody's gotta have your back out there. So in this order, call 911, call Lord Tigers, and then call your insurance company, okay? And then call your people that you love. Sure, yeah, go ahead.
So 1 and 2, I agree with you on, but I would hesitate on 3. Call your insurance company, and here's why.
Go ahead.
Because the insurance companies, whether it's your own insurance or the other parties, is not going to have your back and have your best interest. That's why you have a lawyer. So if you hire us, we'll deal with the insurance company of your insurance or the other parties. So if you do call your insurance company, you get yourself in trouble by saying the wrong thing. Yeah. So don't call them until you talk to a lawyer, then consult with them on whether or not it's okay to talk to your insurance company. But when you hire us, we do that for you.
Excellent, excellent. Now, and sometimes you unfortunately, you might be in a position where you can't call anybody, right? And so that's why it's important to, there's law Tigers document holders, and all the information's in there, so somebody can call, and then an attorney can take care of all of that stuff for you. All right, guys. So make sure your family knows about that as well, so they know what to do in the event that you're in an accident. Okay.
Hey, by the way, if you want to get a free rider benefit kit for you or your fans, you just go to Law Tigers and to our website, and you'll see an offer for a free rider benefit kit. It comes with a document holder with insurance recommendations, hold your registration insurance. It comes with sticker and a rider benefit card with all kinds of free benefits. Okay. Absolutely free. Go to the website, lawtigers.com, and you'll see in the drop-down free rider benefit kit. Okay. And anyone that wants one can have one.
Awesome. This guy, love him. All right, guys. Listen, that's going to do it. Long day here. We're going to get some food in our belly and whatever else we need. As I always say, guys, well, first of all, if you're not subscribed to this channel, I don't know what kind of medication you're on, but you're definitely going to learn something. There's no doubt about it. I don't care what your skill level is. We do nothing but positivity here. There's no arrogance. There's no judgment. So definitely check it out, guys. Hit the like button. Share the video. It's probably the most important thing because I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel. If we're going to knock down this number, everybody needs to be involved. All right, guys? All right. Spend more time being thankful for the things that you have, guys. Less time complaining about the things that you don't. Seat time doesn't equal practice time. And if you have time to ride your motorcycle, you have time to practice on it. That's not my opinion. Until next time.